I started.
Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Offbeat Melody. I know last time we said I wouldn't be DMing again for a bit, but fuck you. I am. We're doing one more quick, non-essential, low effort, low risk, high reward denouement session. Just one more loose end to tie up, and that's that.
What's with that neon sign above your head that says lies?
And that's that our good friend Isaac left some things at the office that he needs to take care of. Jeez. So everyone's at Thimble. Zoe just acted on adolescent urges and act Tamlin out, and Tamlin did the same and said yes. We're all together at Thimble. Miss Hanzo is here. Miranda's here. Oren's here. The whole gang's here, more or less.
Yeah.
I think even Daisy was here.
Is Daisy here?
Might be.
I don't remember.
I don't remember her being here.
Well,
I
then
don't
maybe
think
she's
she
not.
knows about Thimble yet.
Okay. Well, point being, the more or less the whole gang is here.
If she doesn't know about Thimble, that means we get to introduce her in session.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, Isaac, you left some things at the office.
Oh, okay, going right into this.
Yeah, we're going right into it. I have a time crunch.
Okay, so
Hi.
Hamlin's staying behind, right? It's just Isaac going in.
Well, why don't we make it? Why don't we talk? Why don't we make a plan?
Okay.
We're gonna summon the Council of Elrond, and the name of the game is Get When Out.
Zoe sits next to Tamlin.
Okay, I know last time. Sorry, I'm.
No, you're fine.
Last time I think Isaac, Hal, and Tamlin talked about possible defenses against teleportation in or out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tamlin said that they can figure that out. Because they do, in fact, know a lot about the various protocols against teleportation in Spindle.
Well, if we're doing this immediately, I'm going to need that assistance.
All right, so Tamlin stands up and says, okay, so here's the thing. Spindle actually does do a great deal of ley line teleportation to get things in and out without other regular people seeing. And they keep it secure mainly by using a specific frequency of teleporter. Now, Thimble does have access to some teleportation technology. It's just about putting it on the right frequency.
How do you do that?
You fiddle with some dials and some knobs. It's not hard.
So,
Hey,
It's
now,
just-
not every.
It's just quantum physics.
And not everyone's as smart as you.
Yeah, well, the point is you've got me, so I'll just fiddle with some knobs and some dials and get us on the right frequency.
Does that mean you have to go in?
No, I can handle it from out here.
Okay, how are you putting in your resignation?
Millennial style. I'm just not showing up.
Zoe does laugh at that.
Well, I'm pretty sure whatever happens, Spindle's gonna take us to the declaration
God.
of war anyways.
How old is Tamlin again?
Tamlin's like
20?
19, 20.
And what year are we in, roughly?
She's
24.
She's Gen Z.
She's
Yeah, I was gonna say,
definitely Gen Z.
her and Zoe are Gen Z.
Yeah.
but still, we invented that motherfuckers.
I'm pretty
Tamlin's
sure,
aware of history.
for context, that Miriam is actually a millennial.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Stop making me feel old. Continue. Well, good, because I don't feel... I wouldn't have felt that comfortable with you going in there and resigning. I feel like they try and stitch your brain, too.
Now, evading security might be an issue once you're in there.
So I would need to get Wen to one of these teleportation hubs to get out, or would Hal be coming with? Looks to Hal.
He has a spacesuit.
Yeah, I am sitting here in a spacesuit. I want you to realize that I'm still wearing it.
Oh yes, that's true.
I
How?
think I should probably, like, come in after you when you're ready.
I do have cover. I do have an idea for causing a bit of chaos for cover. I would just need to go talk to someone to get their help, but I think they'll be okay with it.
Alright, I mean, I'm not taking the spacesuit off. I feel like it's a good idea to keep it on so they don't know what the hell happened.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm just saying I might be able to lay a little more of a smoke screen down for us.
Also, it was really hard to get
given
on.
Also, I'm gonna assume Spindle has each of our, at least most of our places under surveillance, so...
That
With
means
Cat Hal at Hal's house, they might think Hal's still there.
that means we can't leave any survivors.
What?
Julie nods and flexes her claw arm.
Wait. I'm sorry. I missed a step. What? Since when are we killing people?
Yeah, this is just me going in and getting my boss out.
No, at that Zoe's face gets almost frantic.
I mean, we're not just gonna do it willy-nilly. It's if we need to. But we might, need to. Just... She mimes snapping a neck.
Zoe gets up and hurries out the room.
Yes, because I'm sure wholesale slaughter will improve our reputation.
No,
I mean...
I'm gonna veto that.
Well, they're the only ones we have a reputation with. If we get rid of them, we won't have any reputation.
Oh, I mean...
These are people I've worked with for the last year or so.
I don't think we should need to kill anybody.
Only gone on for like 2 months.
Also, this might be the conspiracy theorist in me talking, but if one corporation knows a lot about us, what's to say about, actual governing body knowing about us, who has a lot more money and probably knows about this shit as much as Spindle, if not more?
So we've also got to take down the government.
I mean...
One step at a time, Sid.
Heiko, I know you really believe in, the Illuminati controlling everything, but... I'm sorry, but the reality is that it's rich people. It's rich people who control things. Government people are just lapdogs.
Aren't most government people also rich?
Not as rich as the people in charge. They're figureheads, sweetie. They're puppets. They have no real power. That's why they're constantly begging for scraps.
Let's not
like
jump
a dog.
directly into killing people that might be under the same brainwashing as everybody else.
That is true. We probably, should use some discretion with who we murder.
And you do know that not everyone working there is.
Also, murder would be illegal, and that could get us in some hot water because they could just, have cops come after us.
My point.
Just kind of kind of exchanges a look with Tamlin, just feeling a little uncomfortable.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I don't have as much money as I used to. I might actually go to jail.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Okay, Julie, you're doing a very good job of riling everyone up, but we really need to be serious about this. Fine. Well, let me have any fun.
I mean, there's a time and a place to rile attack about, but it's not here.
Damn it.
I mean, if you're just gonna say it.
That was out of character, mind you.
So, Isaac,
Yeah, sorry, I'm struggling.
are you okay?
I can fight through it.
All right.
You sure? Because if you can't, that would give me a lot more time to make cookies.
I mean,
No, I've caused Kay's campaign to be delayed too
Nope.
long. Let's go.
Don't blame him on me.
No.
You'll take care of your health if you need to.
Yes.
I just popped a cough drop.
Also, it would give us more time to plan. Now that we know that this is what we're doing.
That's just how my food's here.
Yay.
He sent the calzone into the space.
Let's go.
Elon Musk's favorite catch.
no,
Let's go!
no.
Let's go to Mars and then die there.
It's Twitter humor. See, on Twitter, there's an account called Italian Elon Musk, which quotes about tweeted about Elon Musk things, but in a fake Italian
Accent.
Mario style accent. And then it got banned because Elon Musk really took offense to it. Which means now, whenever someone is making fun of Elon Musk on Twitter, there's a very good chance they will inexplicably make him out to be Italian.
I mean,
In honor of the person who got under his skin.
Their legacy lives on.
I really don't know what Elon Musk thinks is going to happen when he keeps doing that. That's just inviting people.
He's Elon Musk. He doesn't know.
He's a little piss boy.
Alright, I'm back with calzones.
Yeah. Zoe's back by now, but she's leading in the doorway instead.
Well, I mean, it's much easier for me to come to you, Zero, than it is for you to bring me in.
You mean Isaac?
Isaac?
Isaac. I just woke up a half an hour ago. Leave me alone.
Never.
So you can teleport to Isaac when Isaac gets to
When he's
When?
ready. Yeah, when he's ready.
and then from there
When he's ready, I get it.
God damn it.
Mm.
And then from there you could teleport the both of them out?
I think so.
You think
I
so?
mean, from what you said, Hal, because I haven't seen this yet, you said you teleported multiple people when you were dealing with Fiddler's Green.
I did. Yeah, so
Oh god. Fiddler's Green.
I'm pretty sure I can. At least 2.
That's all you need,
How-
right?
How feasible would it be to take off Spindle's computer systems temporarily?
Pretty difficult, I think.
Yeah.
They've got people who, the person who made that mech down in the garage.
Hey. Do you know any tech guys you don't like who you think could cause some problems?
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible to see them outside of Spindle?
Perhaps? I could
'Cause
try.
I could tell that guy to cause some, just not hurt anybody, but cause
No,
some
I'm not
issues.
helping you mind control one of my coworkers.
I'm not.
I mean, it's a very cool power. I understand you want to use it, but like,
I'm trying to offer what I can do.
yeah, I get you, but let's let's pull back on that one for a bit. There might be other options.
I do have an idea for causing chaos. It's just I need to talk to someone first. Although that should take a second. And he just reaches out and plucks out a string in the air. All right, I should be here a second.
Are you summoning God?
No. You know who we talked about this. You know who I'm summoning.
Oh yes. Fuck. Give me a second. A lot has happened to me today. God.
Been a busy time.
What is the rat's name?
The Rat King? No, Isaac was the Rat King.
Yeah, there's a big rat.
Not the one that makes all the rules.
That's Isaac.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever seen that post that says, I am the Rat King of New York? Not by, like, they didn't elect me, I just killed the previous one. So now they have to obey me.
Did we give the ROUS a name?
I don't know if we did or not.
We're gonna say it's Russell now. That's the new canon. Russell the ROUS.
Russell.
He likes to be Russell.
Russell. Wait, that's just an actress from the 1930s.
I did not know.
Ruse the Ruse.
Ruse the Ruse.
But once they show up, Isaac's just gonna point at the giant mutated rat that ambles in.
Yep, the giant rat ambles in, and it's a big old rat.
Hey, you were in the museum.
Heavens, that is a particularly large rodent.
It is a rodent of unusual size, yes.
Yes, there's a. Oh yeah, Zoe did just recently watch that with the snakes.
Yeah, I did.
But he goes.
We'll pretend I did that on purpose.
Isaac goes. You all remember Jerry, right? The Watcher.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's technically the only one that I've ever brought in for capture.
Oh, right.
I have a feeling they might be interested if I bring in a surprise capture like Russell. But I might be able to... Russell, who's agreed that he doesn't exactly like cages, so he's going to help cause a little bit of chaos chewing through some stuff. And hopefully during that chaos, I can get Wen out. And possibly provide a little bit of cover if there's a supernatural jailbreak going on. Some people, unfortunately, there's going to be casualties, and two of those are going to be myself and Dr. One.
Oh, I get you. Oh my god, that's clever.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. Because, you wouldn't even necessarily need to leave a body behind when it comes to stuff like that.
Well, they're gonna watch me take it.
No. Not if you and him are in Wynn's room where nobody can see you.
I mean, that's assuming they're not keeping track of when.
Also true. That's a good question. Do they have some kind of tracker on him? Do we know? Because if they do, they're gonna see right where we take them. Unless there's something here in Thimble that could block something like that.
I mean, oh wait, TT, I haven't fully completed my Haven, but I think the Haven should be complete by this point.
Yeah.
I think I would have a room that would be safe to store people.
And so would Kaiko, between the two of you.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that is a Haven ability. I have one of those.
Yeah, Kaiko's Haven has Armory, Lore Library, Panic Room, Protection Spells, and I think Mystical Library.
I can't remember.
No,
which
and
ones I was
Oubliette.
looking
She
for
has
Isaac's.
Oubliette.
So we definitely have a place to stick them where they can't find them.
And then we can see about helping repair the damage Spindle did. Glancing at Miranda and... Well, Carly's not here.
Mm-hmm.
I think she is. The Gather, didn't they? Like all the old...
Carly isn't here yet.
I think it was just Susan who showed up with the armament.
Susan's the one who showed up with the, with the fucking armory dad.
Sounds like a solid plan, no? Get the Russell will cause havoc. You go to see Win.
Silence.
And then Hal teleports into you two and teleports out.
I
believe
could.
so.
Do you happen to know if there's any with Spindle whistleblowers or ex-Spindle employees who still has backdoor access?
Look at Mallory.
I've got jack shit. They cleaned me out good.
Yeah, the only thing I've got is the card I pilfered off of Orenburg.
What are you
But
going to do
that's
with
for
that?
the deepest level. Probably save it for when we inevitably have to storm the fortress and go down there and see what the fuck they're building.
Fair.
Isaac is very purposely not looking at over at Suki.
Suki is merely looking at the swords.
And I understand, Isaac, that you have a key card belonging to Orenburg.
Yes, the boss.
For a brief
Well-
moment there, you sounded like Tim Curry. It's magical.
Mashing.
Smashing!
Sounds like we've got a strong, idea of what's going to happen.
But I was going to clarify, what's it? And he's stroking his illusionary mustache. Even though there is no substance to it, it just comes naturally.
Yeah.
Because he is still in the human disguise. Well, if you're going to storm the dragon's lair,
Good video game.
well,
No, it wasn't. It was shit.
once we extract you to safety, you may not have another opportunity to investigate wherever that key leads to.
Yes. Although
After all, if you're stealing one of their top scientists, they might beef up security the next time around. It
I
would
know
be
Dr. Wen was
prudent to
involved in
learn his plans, but that does introduce more room for error, as it were.
I know that if we get Wen out, I'm pretty sure he was involved with the project, whatever's going on down there. Him and the other top scientists, the other heads.
Yes, we could learn from him, but I still imagine there are secrets not even Wen knows.
I imagine they probably kept some big things from him because
But why wouldn't he know?
he used to be a Oh god. What they call the old
Phantasmagorical.
guard. Thank you. He used to be a phantasmagorical. Even if they've gotten into his brain, that's still a thing he used to be, and I feel like that's gonna
I was
keep
thinking
him
more
from.
of the fact that he is at best a single department head.
Mm,
That's
From
also
what
true.
you have told me of your excursion to Septet, not every branch of Spindle is aware of what the others are doing.
There's only one person in Spindle who knows everything.
Precisely.
If you see him, you get the fuck out of there.
I haven't seen Doc. Honestly, half the time I'm not even sure if Wise come into the building in like a year.
No,
or not. I think he
not
works off
him.
site.
Orenberg.
You would have heard from Wynn that Y is actually not allowed in Melody City limits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about why. I'm talking about Orenberg.
Oh yeah.
He's the only one who knows everything.
Yes, and we still don't know his capabilities.
It's not good, I'm sure.
Fucking hilarious. We just whipped out Kung Fu on you.
Oh god, he has a Palpatine moment where it's like, all right, old man, your plans failed. Oh, whatever, shall I
Hello.
do? Whip out the
Ah! He
the
just
long
starts
sword.
flipping through the air with a lightsaber.
No, you die!
So
Jesus.
It's the most
And it
powerful
becomes a
prune
fucking-
in the universe.
Becomes a fucking Kung Pao Enter the Fist skit.
God.
So we have to make a decision then. Do you risk following wherever that key is going to lead you, or are we going to play it safe and rescue Wen?
Yeah, I'm not sure how.
Either way,
widespread
you're
the
going to be
chaos
ending up
would
in
be.
hot water.
Yes. Although, I mean, I'm going to be repurposed, so I have to make this choice today.
Yes.
Tonight.
I'd rather get you safe and not risk sending you into a deeper, more secure area
Deeper, deeper, deeper.
when
That is
there's still the
true.
possibility that we can get in there later.
Yeah, that's
They
I'm
don't
considering
know
too.
you have the key card, right?
Right. I did. They would have said something or done something, or they knew and they're waiting for me to try to use it. And that's a trap they've got waiting.
That
Who
is
knows?
true.
And if it is,
When I took it, Orenberg noticed one of the strands that I used to pull the card away from him, and he, like, I've never seen anything do this. Not even the needle points. He broke the thread. He crumbled it. Not just sliced it. He broke down any kind of bonds it had. At a touch.
That's concerning.
yeah.
So
This
easily
is a
make the
man
fabric
who's
a
somehow
reality.
making him. Yeah, this is somehow a man who's made himself aggressively antithetical.
Antithetical.
Yeah, that word. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. To reality itself. His touch destroys. I'm fucking terrified of the man.
In that case,
don't
yes, the
blame
key
you.
card may in fact be a bait. Well, in that case, I, for one, vote that you simply rescue Wen.
And
Rescuing him may alone put a, well, primp on Orenberg's plans.
A what?
A crimp. I've been trying to catch up on the modern vernacular.
That's true. We all say it.
What?
Come on,
Sure,
Zoe.
okay.
Crimps. Get with the times.
oh,
Putting a crimp in our style.
It's crimping time.
No, you don't want to
no.
crimp.
That's
So
on
you
the
don't want
sea.
to crimp.
Whatever happened to that old cartoon, the Crimp Twins?
Wait. Oh, is that what I think it is? Where the guys are conjoined at the waist.
Oh no.
That sounds like a frightening thought.
Let's move on. Let's move on from that.
Yeah, because
Yes.
that is a bad. That is a
Uh,
route we cannot follow.
Let us move from one horde to the other, then.
Oh, for a brief moment, I thought you guys were also saying Simps instead of Crimson. It was really weird.
Yes.
No,
Shane,
it's
bad,
Crimps.
bad.
And the joke is that is very outdated slang, but then Julie is telling Benedict it's modern and shaming Zoe for it. So Benedict will keep saying it.
She wants him to be in character for the old-timey butler that he is.
Well,
But
it's
yes,
Well, it's like a kid messing with their dad so that he says silly things when he's trying to be hip.
if we keep
Aw.
the key card for now, and they think you're dead later, wouldn't that mean
Yeah.
that they don't need the trap anymore, and wherever that leads will now be safer?
To be considered. However, any attempt to fake Isaac's death would be redundant if he also doesn't go into hiding.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah. We're not gonna
As
shove
I
Isaac
understand
into
it,
a hole.
Spindle has eyes everywhere.
And like,
Yeah.
if you're faking your death, you're gonna have to like leave your apartment.
Yeah, all my beady babies, my rats.
Well, you could bring them here, right?
Well, don't worry, don't worry. We'll loot them, and then we'll donate them to you.
Well, I was just referring to the fact that he will be seen accompanying us about town still as we go about our business.
Yeah.
There's no easy
Yeah,
way to
can it-
slice this. As
Unless
Chris
we
says,
Yeah.
change
I don't know
his
how much-
face and replace it with that of Nicolas Cage.
No.
No.
I can
That's
introduce you to my
okay.
plastic surgery guy.
I'm sorry, what?
It
That's
was
okay.
both Isaac and Phineas who went no at the same time.
I mean, we
forgot
gave a
Phineas
woman
did
new
that.
legs. It can't be that hard to make you look like Nicolas Cage.
Why would you though?
Yeah.
He's a handsome
sorry,
man.
that's like- We're
Come
trying to
on.
save him, not doom him.
Wait,
Seriously.
But no, but there's a rough idea. There's not a solid idea, but there's something. Chamlin, do you have anything to change how someone's face looks?
Yeah, but I don't think we should do that.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Guy-
mean like plastic surgery. I like magic or technology or something.
Yeah, but I don't think we should do that, though.
I mean, you guys are
That's
saying
a
this
big
thing-
choice.
You guys are going too extreme, and you can just literally just do what the CIA does, and just put a mustache
What
and
the fuck?
a new identity,
Hey,
and
Julie,
move
do
to
you still
another
have that?
new house.
Hey, Julie, do you still have that chainsaw sewing machine combination thing?
no, I've hidden it. You cannot be trusted with such power.
I mean, we fixed that mermaid lady.
Yes.
You are not going to deny me my crab claws, Benedict.
Oh, okay.
So okay, no, but well, no matter what happens after today, Isaac is no longer working for Spindle. Well, not
Correct.
today, but which means we need to do something to keep Isaac safe when he's, not in Thimble.
I have a proposal.
Fucking shady.
I have a proposal. Isaac,
Yeah.
do you necessarily have to go because you know the way, yes?
I'd have to be bringing in Russell.
Oh, yes, that is true. I forgot about that part of the plan.
Yeah, this is all on me bringing in a capture specimen.
Yes. He still looks to Phineas as like, you don't imagine you could teach him a form of illusionary magic as you did in my eye.
Wait, yeah, sure. I mean, probably, but this guy stinks of magic anyways. He'd probably be able to do it.
Exactly. He has the right muscles for it, as it were. You could enter as yourself, Isaac, and then, as you try to escape the Gwen, you assume a different appearance.
Oh. That still leaves the problem of Isaac's gonna be walking around town after that.
I'm saying putting on a different face so that he is not connected to the disappearance.
Yeah, at the
Yeah,
moment,
which is definitely a good idea.
Or at least directly. They may still suspect him, but yes, he will still have to quit, as it were. He could disappear in the chaos that you plan to create, assume a different face, and abscond with Wynn. That way your identity is protected, and Master Hal will be still wearing the spacesuit.
oh god, no, not that suit.
Then Hal won't be able to wear his spacesuit in public anymore.
Silly, most people don't wear spacesuits in public.
How's not most
Yeah,
people,
but-
to be fair.
I'll be fine.
Oh, how? Oh, never mind. I'm gonna make a joke, but I realize that joke has already been disproven. Benedict knows about the moon. Talks about cheese people.
They're tyromancers. They divine through cheese. They're not
What?
made of cheese as far as I know, but they are still wizards, so
I
accidents happen.
we need to go to the moon someday.
It was a most enlightening experience.
How did you Oh right, you don't breathe.
Yes, I don't breathe. Also, they're wizards.
Also, fair point.
God, I hate that
Okay,
face
but so
much.
we're coming back to the same problem. We've pretty sure we know how to get in. Isaac is bringing in Russell.
If I have to
And
stay in
Russ-
hiding here in Thimble, that's just something I have to deal with. Until Spindle can be dealt with, I'll just have to be in hiding. And if I have to go out in public, maybe I can disguise myself. I'll just look like someone else.
Which you can do so without plastic surgery.
Yeah.
You just need a makeover of sorts.
Yes, perhaps
And,
a combination of
Benedict
magic
pointed, there's-
and practical effects could achieve a believable alter
Yeah,
ego.
it's just,
Well,
as far as everyone's concerned, Isaac Huel died at Spindle.
I have a thought. I turned in a bunch of those cursed cameras, so I have some credit. Maybe we could get something there to help keep Isaac undetected.
You suggest seeking out Mephaus then?
Yeah. I've got a shit ton of credit there. I mean, we do as a whole because we gave her the needles, but like, I've got a bunch from the cameras.
That could be on the table.
Conversely, since we have a lot of credit, we can also just ask if there's anything that could be of assistance. And
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm sure she would welcome
Breaking
the
into
opportunity to fuck with Spindle, as it.
You would welcome the opportunity to fuck indeed.
You're doing great, Benedict.
Thank you. I'm trying very hard right now.
You're doing a good job, Benedict. We're
Yeah,
glad you're back.
Kaika, that's my thought too. We could get something from Mephaus that could help Isaac be safe. For like afterwards.
I didn't
But
mean
getting-
just disguise. I meant
Yeah, but getting in, yeah, that's a good point too. If we have Mephaus,
Her store is metaphysical already.
we could see if she has anything that could help.
In that case, I could go and visit Mephaus myself. I already have a rapport with her, apparently.
I'll go with you because I want to see about using my credit to get Isaac a face. That sounds weird.
a face.
Tamlin, you've never been to Mephaus.
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
Lovely woman.
magic. Yes, magic, possibly demonic lady who has a shop of just anything you could think of.
What do you mean, possibly demonic? Haven't you taken
Because
her
I
picture
don't-
before?
What?
Haven't you taken her picture before?
Oh god, have I?
I would
Yes.
say demon is a very, very small word for what Faust is.
Yeah. Oh, like Zoe pulls out her anti-Jesus charm, which she still has. Yeah, that's where I got this.
I would welcome the opportunity to see Faust again and also check up on illustrious Douglas.
Who was illustrious Douglas?
That was one of the plush toys he had traded.
Ah, yes.
Oh, okay. Aw. Yeah.
All right, to my Faust then. Are you guys going to the mall, or are you causing a witching hour?
Mall.
We're going to the mall. It's safe now.
Are we all going?
I'm gonna stay here because I'm not gonna walk around in my fucking spacesuit.
Suit. Yeah.
Yeah, Tamlin's gonna work on the machine to make that work.
Excellent.
I'll come with you.
Oh. Okay.
Unless you'd rather be alone with some.
No, I was just hoping they'd be able to.
I mean, I'm going too, so Zoe's fine. Says Julie.
Dragon might go along.
I was hoping Hamlin would be able to come with us, but they're busy.
We all have our jobs to do.
Yeah.
I'm afraid fraternization will have to be saved until a less dire time.
I can multitask.
It's more fun after a victory, anyway.
Precisely.
No. Eyes of Julie and Keiko.
Yeah.
All right.
Never not
Hey,
dire.
Tamlin, I want to tease Zoe some more about her relationship. What would you want? How do you want me to refer to you? Like partner, girlfriend?
Oh my gosh.
Celia!
Fuck, Celia got 2 in 1 right there.
Celia, come on! He grabs Celia's arm.
She was aiming for Zoe, but his Zoe and Tamlin both.
Significant other?
Right.
Or is that too clinical?
Zoe's face is getting redder and redder as she's
Zoe's got
pulling
an
Celia away.
SO. Zoe's got an SO. Yeah, it rolls off the tongue. Thanks. Celia gives a thumbs up.
Good dude.
Celia, I hate to tell you this, Julie says as she puts an arm in her back and says, calling someone an SO makes it sound like they're Sword Art Online. And no one deserves that.
No. In this universe, it's SEO Abridged that's the main SEO.
You know what? Fair. I'll take it.
Hal flips back his visor real quick and looks directly at you, Zoe. He goes, now you know how it feels. He flips it back down.
Also, let's be real here, TT. Julian, SAO Bridged Asana are like 1-to-1.
Yeah.
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 Before leaving, Benedict makes sure to walk up to Hal and pats him on the arm. And it's like, make sure to steal your nerves.
And eat lots of apples, says Tamlin.
Did someone take Hal's nerves?
No.
Is there anything neat? Is there
No,
anything neat you'd like me to look out for you, Tamlin?
I don't know, do they have Tamagotchis?
Probably.
That'd be cool.
Okay.
No, Celia. I mean, steal his nerves, as in ST.
How can he steal something that's already his?
No. I mean the other kind of steal. That way he can steal the one you're thinking of.
Oh.
To have nerves of steel means you're very brave.
Oh, right.
So yes, he must have nerves of steel in order to steal. You get it.
Yeah.
I'll be fine, Benedict, but thank you. No big deal, right? We're just gonna go break into a place that would probably enjoy splitting me apart. And stealing one of my mother's friends, you know, no pressure.
Hal, I've got news for you. We know lots of people who would love to split you in half.
He just kind of looks at you
That-
like, why do you know so many people who are mean to me?
Zoe puts her hand over Celia's mouth.
Phineas is in the background laughing.
Puts her hand over Celia's mouth and drags her away.
There's just confused astronaut noises behind you, like, what?
Isaac, once they walk out, Isaac's just like, I think that was meaning there's a lot of people that are really, like, attracted to you, Hal.
It's only understandable. You are very strapping.
He's still looking at you confused, like, no, there isn't.
Yes.
Hal, you can be so observant sometimes, but other times,
There are...
You're my cousin, I love you, but you're dead sometimes.
Well, it is only typical for a giant to survey the landscape and then miss what's underneath their feet.
Physical question marks floating around his head.
He calls back. Try living with him.
Benedict, the short robot, talking about Hal the giant.
It's like, but yes, Master Hal, this will be dangerous, of course, but no worthy venture comes without risk.
I was on the moon today. I'm fine.
Yes, and you brought back some delightful souvenirs.
And some spiders.
Did you get
Yes,
all those,
those are
by the way?
Oh god,
Yes, I did. They're contained now.
Alright.
that was such a funny bit last session, just in the background of the talk. Rock. Oh, spider.
Smash.
And thanks to Hal and Celia, the timeline where Godzilla vs. Megaguirus happened is now moving forward.
I don't know what you're referencing.
Like that your
No one would in this reality.
I also like that everybody's first instinct, which is to have me take it to the fucking moon, not anywhere else.
Now, to be fair,
living on the moon.
To be fair, Celia's first instinct was to get Julie to erase it, but she was watching Star Trek.
Yes, if anything, my time in the Westfield estate has proven you do not interrupt Star Trek.
Not my Cisco time.
It is a sacred time.
Or wake up Julie in the morning.
I've learned the dangers of that.
Good number of people have. Well,
Benedict
you're
has
at.
a puncture hole in his arm to prove why now.
You guys get to the mall, and everything is like a mall is, and you get to the shop. You ignore the closed except by appointment sign. And you step into a wonderful curio shop filled with all sorts of wonders. And Miss House is at the center with a magnifying glass and an ant farm.
The Faust?
Lady Mefaust!
Yes?
Oh, is that an alien ant farm?
Yeah, sure, she says, and she just sort of slides it all into a drawer under her desk. You hear a shattering noise.
Oh no. And very quietly, the screams of millions.
Yeah, tiny little voices screaming.
We have need of your services, Lady Mefaust.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What you need?
We were looking for something, couple things.
Okay.
One is something to hide someone's identity from someone like Spindle.
Oh, okay. And then she goes towards the right side of the room, taps on the wall, and a new shelf emerges, and it's just filled with faces.
Oh god.
Oh god.
See, I told you.
Okay, no, like...
And here's the thing. there's like a couple of dozen, but at least 40% are Nicolas Cage.
God damn it! No, preferably not something we have to replace his face with. Like,
Oh no, this is temporary. See here, try one on, and she throws you a face.
Oh god.
she jumps back. Is it a Nicolas
Do you
Cage
catch it?
face?
Do you catch it?
Yes.
Well, okay, you gotta roll a 1d2 to see whether or not it's Nicolas Cage face.
Oh no! Don't do this to me. Oh god. How do I roll this thing again?
Grab a coin and flip it.
Yeah.
We'll just roll a d4 and re-roll if it's a 3 or a 4.
Or just roll a d4 and make it odds or evens.
Okay. That'll be a 3.
Alright, it's a Nicolas Cage face.
Oh no! No!
Ah, come on, haven't you ever wanted to know what it would be like?
No.
Zoe throws it on the floor.
Julie catches it and puts it on, and there is a marvelous transformation as Nicolas Cage is standing there. Although the claw hand remains.
Oh my god, you look just like Ghost Rider.
And Faust's like, yeah, that's too infirmed in her identity to remove. But I mean, the rest of it's pretty. I mean, that's Nicolas Cage right there.
Well, we don't. Zoe
Miraculous.
check.
We gotta
Zoe
get you a
checks-
motorcycle.
I do feel like I'm Nicolas Cage.
No,
Yes,
take
Julie.
it off. Take it off.
All right, and then she grabs her Nicolas Cage face and pulls it off as easily as you'd pull off anything, and she's back to being Julie holding a severed Nicolas Cage face.
That was horrible. That was horrific.
What a miraculous technology.
Zoe, you should try one on. This is fun.
No! I
You gotta get you a
have the
motorcycle
story
now,
looking
Julie.
at my face. I don't need a more masculine one.
I mean,
thanks.
okay, so what kind of face? What kind of? I don't know why he wouldn't want Nicolas Cage face, but what kind of face do you want then? Like, does Isaac want? Here's a schmuck named William Cope.
Zoe pulls out her cell phone.
Hey, wait a minute.
I mean, I got dozens here to choose from.
Hey, wait a minute.
gives Isaac a phone call.
Didn't I meet this guy in Resident Evil Land?
I don't know, he might have.
Well, perhaps some context is necessary, Lady Faust. It's like, we are planning a daring heist on Spindle headquarters. We are stealing one of their top scientists, one in the form
Neat.
of phantasmagoricals.
Cool.
So what do you recommend?
Well, we still got those antimatter barrels in the back.
No, we're not trying to kill people. We're trying to take somebody out of the building.
Oh, well, let's see. We've got smoke bombs. We've got forget me pellets. We've got several machine guns available.
Again, not trying to kill people.
Are they
But
all
what if-
branded?
But what if, and she pulls one machine gun down and she shoots it, and it just shoots like paintballs?
Oh.
Eh? And then you see that the wall is burning a little bit from where the paint touched it. Eh?
I have an idea.
Isaac has requested we keep the maiming and killing to a minimum.
What if
Okay.
What if we all got Nicolas Cage faces?
Oh,
We
actually,
all
this would work really well. Are you trying to make it so that Isaac looks like he's dead?
No, we're looking for something to help him afterwards.
Hold on, don't shoot
because-
the idea down too soon. What are you proposing exactly?
Well, and she grabs these little capsules that look like have you ever gotten those sponge dinosaurs that you put water on them?
Oh,
and then they
yeah.
drink? Yeah, she grabs one of those and she puts it in a glass of water, and the water it all remains calm for a minute until the seal breaks. At which point, out of it explodes a corpse of Nicolas Cage.
Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah, we can. So if you grab one of, if we you can grab one of these faces, these imprintable faces, and she taps a wall, and there's a second thing of just blank, like Slenderman style faces. You grab one of these, have your friend imprint his face on it, put it on the corpse, shrink it back down to its capsule form. You can throw it out there, and bam!
That's much better than my idea.
We get 2 of those, one for Isaac and one for Wen.
Yeah, sure.
So we can leave those behind when we get them out.
Yeah, just don't let them have gushers.
Damn it!
Why not?
There's a bit of a reaction if one of these gets a gusher. Don't let it happen.
I have cruelty-free gushers. Will those work?
No, don't let it touch any gushers.
Okay.
Just trust me on that.
See,
It's a simple rule. I'm not like let's not gremlins this. Don't try to figure out whether I'm telling you bullshit. Don't give it gushers.
Okay.
See, I was gonna suggest we just all get Nicolas Cage masks and make it look like there was going to be an invasion of Nicolas Cages, and we just assimilate Isaac and Wen.
I mean, that's happened on so many worlds already. It's pretty plausible.
My fucking god.
Is that why there's so many faces?
I mean, sometimes we get lucky. Christopher Lloyd, he keeps his in check, but Nicolas Cage, he just lets him run loose.
Okay, so that's helpful for the getting escaping part. But afterwards, Spindle will see Isaac walking around town.
Which is why we need to give him a new identity.
Yeah, gives Isaac a phone call.
Mr. Isaac, how would you like to die?
No. Quiet, Benedict. Isaac.
Yes, Isaac answers. Hello.
Hey, Isaac. We found something that could be helpful for you. Post getting them out. There's these faces you can put on that will change how you look. Like, it's actually quite terrifying, but it's harmless. It's harmless, right?
Yeah.
It's harmless.
I mean, harm was done to get them, but it's harmless.
Ask if there's a time limit, because if this is a cursed Halloween mask,
Oh no, they're reusable.
I read that Goosebumps book.
They're reusable. They're harmless for the person wearing them.
Easily removed.
Most of them are Nicolas Cage, though.
Yeah, well, most of them are Nicolas Cage, but there's some that
Only
aren't.
half.
I figured you don't want to look like Nicolas Cage all the time.
I mean, that'd be good for jokes and stuff, but yeah, probably not.
There's one. There's a bunch of others. There's one that's a Groucho Marx face. There's a Weird Al face. There's Marilyn Monroe. There's one of an actor that none of you in the Melody universe would know because he doesn't exist here, David Duchovny.
Zoe whispers.
Hey, that one would look oddly like Isaac.
But not quite the same.
Zoe whispers, I could get you an extra face for jokes if you want.
This is very weird conversation to have over the phone.
Yeah, but here we are. This is the life we lead.
I'll be honest, I was not expecting to plan my death, and I'm kind of freaked out about having to, spend my whole life here in Thimble, so yeah, sure, give me a few places.
Hey, would you prefer a masculine one, or maybe would you want to try out another?
That is too deep of a question for me right now. Just get me a face.
That is valid. I will get you a face. Yeah, we'll take a couple faces. At least one Nicolas Cage. One,
Isaac's back at Thimble trying not to have a panic attack.
No! One Nicolas Cage face. One, guy face that you think would be okay for Isaac.
Do you have a generic?
You know what? I've got something for you. And she brings out a suitcase-looking, like, handbag thing, and she opens it up, and there's 20 different faces in there, and she's like,
God.
these are, statistically
Oh.
speaking, through the known multiverse, the most average human faces you can find. And they all look, for the most part, as pretty average faces, just, the everyday sort of faces, except there is one Nick Cage.
Okay.
And there's also one that's bright blue with 3 eyes.
Wait, what's that one?
Average human face.
Average human face. Okay.
Okay.
You have any
Going through the multiverse and looking at all the places where human-like life has occurred, these are the average faces.
Am I coming through?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have any generic monster faces?
But what is a monster, really?
Uses her hand.
Celia raises her hand.
Here is a riddle to guess if you can. Sings the bell at this curio shop. What makes a monster and what makes a man?
Sing the bells, bells,
No, I don't-
Bell.
bells.
I don't want to look like Claude Frola. I was just thinking.
Oh, that is a monster.
I was just thinking. If I can make myself look like a generic monster, I can just invade them and pretend to eat them, and no one would think twice.
You know what? I'll just have some Universal Monster masks. Enjoy those.
Sweet.
Celia,
Are
we're
they
not.
from the
And
Universal
in the Universal Monster mask set, there is of course a Dracula, Frankenstein, a Wolfman, a Bride of Frankenstein, a
Thank you.
Mummy, a Gill Man, a Nicolas Cage, a Metaluna Mutant, and a Mr. Hyde.
I can't believe that Nick Cage replaced the Mole Man.
Man, I didn't realize how much of a sausage fest the Universal monsters were.
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised Tom Cruise is in there.
You know,
Tom
fun
Cruise
fact,
is already wearing a fake face.
actually, that's a common misconception, Zoe. The creature from the Black Lagoon was actually a woman.
You know? I
You
have
do
nothing
seem
to
like
argue.
the sort of authority on the matter.
I am.
Yeah. She
My
would
mouse is
know.
like, it did go under electroshock therapy for its attraction to women, so that checks out.
Ooh, fuck! Oh God, Jesus!
And some people are like,
okay.
why didn't Lerna and Gwen openly say they're dating? Because it's the 50s!
All right, so that's for Isaac's like to be able to go around after, and if he's feeling different ways that day, he's got choices. What else? Oh yeah, we got the bodies. The bodies.
We got the bodies, we got the faces. What about the Tamagotchi?
Saving that for last.
So anything that would... Do you have experience with breaking into high-security, multi-dimensional research facilities that have anti-teleporter technology? And high-tech computer defense systems? Hello?
Mephaust doesn't look happy as she considers this question, and she's like, so I'm a merchant, I sell things, I don't get involved beyond that, because if I do, people start to consider me a threat, and that's very bad for business.
That's fair.
Okay, yeah, that is totally fair. Then we will not ask for anything in that regard.
Gotta be neutral.
Yeah. You boundaries are important, and so are yours. These items we get won't get you in trouble, will they?
Reaches into her buckskin jacket pocket, and she pulls out one of several business cards, and she slips it to you without looking you in the eye and says,
"Oh,
this person could help you."
What's the business card say?
Okay.
It says the Wasp. Just those words. The wasp.
Then on a more fun question, would you like a photo?
Yeah, I love photos.
Sorry, pulls out her camera. Smile.
Oh. And she smiles and she sings up like double peace signs.
All right, here we go. Takes a picture. What comes out?
Okay. How am I gonna make you roll for this?
As long as you don't blow up my camera again, that'd be fantastic.
Oh no, your camera's fine. You need to make a tough check.
A what?
Yeah.
A
How's
tough
your brain
check.
gonna handle this?
Oh god. That's a. Let's see. What's my tough? Each. Zoe has a -1. That's a 7.
Okay. Well, the good news is you're not blind. Make a sharp check.
Okay.
FL says anti-paparazzi technology.
Let's see, that's will my enhanced senses give me my +1?
No.
That's a 6.
Cool. And finally, make a flat weird check.
Oh god. wait, flat, like without my modifier?
Like just whatever. You like no in conditional stuff. Just the number.
That's a 14.
Damn. Okay.
I have a +3. That's so weird.
All right. So in I forget which Greek myth, but there's one where one of Zeus's lovers is made Zeus so enamored with her that Zeus offers her anything within his power to give, and she debates on what sort of gift to ask from the king of the gods. And Hera, in disguise, suggests to her that she asks to see what Zeus really looks like, and she thinks that's a great idea, and she asks that, and Zeus is heartbroken because he swore to give her what she asked for, but he knows what's going to happen. And he shows his true magnificence, his true godly form, not him in the shape of a man or a goose or whatever, but like his true radiance. And it fucking disintegrates her.
Oh god!
Hera, you bitch.
You have just experienced something akin to that. What you took a photo of with your special camera is something so radiant and shining and beautiful that it hurts you to look at it. It is like looking at the full beauty of the sun.
Oh god.
And as you're reeling with a headache from what you have witnessed and what your brain is struggling to process, and what your body is struggling to physically like preserve itself from in reaction to, your supernatural side flares up in an attempt to help you sort of survive witnessing something that you were not built to conceive. And the one thought that remains in your head is, she looks like riches. Not specific wealth or specific material goods.
It looks like the concept of riches.
The concept of value of something rare and expensive and beautiful and something that you would covet.
Well, Mephaus is an elf.
You okay, Zoe?
She's gonna need some ibuprofen.
I don't know.
I'll just take that. She picks the photo and she puts it into her pocket.
Aw, I wanted to say.
If you wanna, here.
No.
Okay.
No. Zoe fucking.
Celia chose to look at it.
Okay, Celia, make a tough check.
No.
You knew this was gonna happen. Okay, that's a 15.
Nice. Make a sharp check.
That's a 4.
Oh.
There's Celia.
Yeah, make a weird check.
That's an 11.
All right. All
That's
right.
Celia in a nutshell.
Okay.
I
Plus
failed
side,
my call.
you're not blind. Your eyes don't even hurt. Your weirdness is able to make this something that you can kind of conceive. Downside is you have completely forgotten that you've looked at the photo.
Huh.
In fact, as you're holding it in your hand, you don't even realize it's there.
Huh.
In fact, if someone told you, hey, you're holding a photo, you would not hear them.
My God.
Hey, my Faust, can I see the photo?
You're holding it.
Oh, okay. She looks again.
No, see, here's the thing.
Oh, right. Oh, right.
Yeah,
You don't know. You don't.
yeah.
You can't hear that.
You are fucking Skids in the first arc of More Than Meets the Eye, who does not realize he's got a gun in his hand in every scene.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Hey, my Faust, can I see the photo?
It's in your hand.
Benedict just takes
Yeah.
the photo between his
Pauses.
fingers.
He pauses for a few seconds. Can I see the photo, my Faust?
It's in your hand.
Zoe. Switches her. Can she like turn her camera to like a normal, like, you know, not supernatural picture mode?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Snaps a photo of the Faust, a normal one. Slips it the photo out of Celia's hands and puts in the normal one.
Before you can get to it, Julie grabs it, looks at it, and goes, "Oh yeah," and then hands it to you.
To Zoe or me?
To Zoe.
Anyway.
Zoe looks dumbfounded.
So
The
how
photo's
do
in
we...
your hand, Celia.
What?
No, the photo, the new one. Is
Do I
in your
hear that
hand.
one? Do I hear that one?
You can see the non fucked up photo. Yeah.
Can I hear Zoe telling me it's in my hand now?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Celia looks at it.
It's just for Faust.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Okay. Not to rush us, but I have a hard stop time at 11.
So how would we get in contact with this?
Well, first leave my shop. Don't bring him here. And then just look at the car and say, "I'd like to meet."
Okay, we'll deal with this later.
Do you want a minimum distance from the shop?
Just as long as you're outside the doors, that's good.
Okay.
Let's do this as
Can I-
Thimble.
Yeah. For one last thing, Miss House. Yeah.
I would be careful where you invite him in.
Oh, let's not do it at Thimble then. Do you have a Tamagotchi?
Yeah. She just reaches into her pocket and throws you one.
Oh, okay. No, so there's a person. You know, going down that line of questions would probably end badly. So, thank you.
Welcome.
I'm going to go and take.
So is
Head.
he like a kaiju or something that if you summon it?
Let's just go. We'll find out. I don't want to be in here anymore.
Zoe, are you okay?
No, later.
Okay.
Her head hurts.
Aww. Celia hugs Zoe.
May I see the card?
Kaiko tentatively hands Benedict.
So where are you guys doing this?
Not in
outside
the
the
mall,
door.
probably.
Yeah.
It's important.
If we ought to be careful where we do this, perhaps we should do this in the middle of nowhere.
Celia picks Zoe up. What about...
We should at least get make sure Isaac's at least there for when we do whatever this is.
Just good, yes. Isaac.
Yes. Propose a meetup.
Oh, what about our new clubhouse?
No. She said careful where you invite him. It's probably a bad place to do it.
No, not that new clubhouse. The one the girls and I made today.
That's what I'm talking about. That's bad idea.
It may be a case of you invite him and you can't retract it.
Let's go to a... Paco, what's the bunker you care about least?
The one that Owlman blew up?
Kaiko actually cared about that one.
It's rubble now, though.
Why don't we just go out to that creepy field where we saw the, he who become people?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I like that. Let's go there.
Yeah, let's ask Isaac to rendezvous there then.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Curls up in
Meanwhile, a few minutes later, at the creepy field.
Am I still in pain?
Nah, ibuprofen's worked.
Okay.
Still carrying her, however.
Or acetaminophen if you're like me and are allergic to ibuprofen.
You can let me down now?
I know.
Oh. Hey,
Considering the risks inherent to summoning a entity that Mefaust is uneasy about, perhaps I should be the one to meet this
I feel like we're all gonna see it probably, because if it's just you, that defeats the purpose of getting Isaac here.
Perhaps, but just in case.
Yeah, I guess if called Isaac, he'll show up.
Isaac. This card has someone who can help you in what you're going to do, but they're gonna be baddish news because Miss Faust didn't want them in her shop. She holds up this briefcase thing, and I have like 20 faces for you, average human faces.
And we got some universal monsters if you'd rather them.
Also that.
That sounds perfect for Halloween.
That does sound good for Halloween, yeah.
Okay, this is a lot of information. Faces, let's put those aside for the moment.
Okay.
How would this person help me?
We don't know yet.
I asked if anyone who could help us break into, a place like Spindle. Mefaust told us that she needs to remain as a merchant as neutral, else powers that be might take offense to her. And so she's slid the card on the down low. And just say,
She didn't slide it to anyone. No one gave it to us. We found it in the trash.
Yeah, it's Mefaust's trash.
Wink, wink.
Oh, God.
and all we just need to say is, I'd like to meet the Wasp, and
that's... Well, there you are!
Yeah! I did that intentionally. I know how you work.
You feel something akin to a witching hour, but off. And where once you were in a wide open field, you are now in what feels very much like a big, high-ceilinged, dark, dingy basement. And about 30 feet away from you all, lit by a single hanging overhead light, is a person in a dingy and torn and faded yellow suit with his hands steepled in front of his head and his face in shadow. Ah, visitors. Come, and he gestures at you with human-looking hands.
I take it you are the Wasp.
Ah, yes, I would be the Wasp.
So your name isn't Janet.
I don't get what that joke is, actually, but it sounds like it's funny from context.
The local, yeah.
Yeah. Trust me, it would be funny if you had the context.
There's a sound of something ratcheting as his head turns a little too far to one side in interest. Face still in shadow. You've got business for me? Come closer.
We are trying
Benedict will
to.
approach first.
I
We're
can't
try-
quite hear you from that far away.
Imagine all of us slowly move up.
I think I just walked
Benedict
up.
in front.
What a brave little one. Look at you all. Wait a minute. Ah, Miss Faust. Ah, such a lovely woman. It's been so long since she last sent someone my way. Well, please, don't be shy. What do you need from the old wasp?
We know what services Faust provides. What can you do?
Well, I'm good at infiltration. Is it a vault of some sort you'd like me to penetrate?
There is a corporation that deals in clandestine multiversal affairs that we are trying to extract someone from. But they are heavily defended.
And he reaches out, and you realize while his hands are human shaped, they're only vaguely human shaped. But once you get this close, you realize that like there are no creases at his joints. There are no fingernails. Almost like they're just made out of like plasticine. And he reaches out with his left hand, and he's like, I need something from where you're from so I can get a taste of the situation. Anything will do.
Would it be an insulting question to ask if you were insectoid at all?
How marvelous. You still few things from whatever rote categorization system your world uses. Sure, just
So like
give
any
me
article of clothing or the like.
anything, any matter from your world, if it's from your world.
Tycho gives him a burner phone.
And he lifts it up to his face, and you hear the gnawing of mandibles as the phone disappears into the shadowy mass that is his head.
Oh, wait, mandibles. That's something I can understand.
There's a chittering noise, and it's like, yeah, okay. Bindle. Bindle's the name.
Yes.
Ooh, doing something nasty, aren't they?
So
what do you want with this Bindle ink?
Isaac, this is you.
Well, no, people seem to have it pretty well in hand, so go ahead.
No, this is your thing. You're the one who's going in there.
Well, like Isaac, I don't know what this guy's deal is, so...
Well, you guys wanted someone to sort of fuck with... I feel like this is actually a Kaiko question, because you're the one who prompted it.
We are trying to extract someone who has had their wires rewritten by some sort of... We don't know what's going on there, but our friend here is about to be reassigned, Kaiko does it, quote-unquote, and he has several people there he needs to extract, but...
So a heist of human resources.
One could say yes.
Well, I don't really deal with trafficking of people. That's another guy, but I can do something with their security system.
That would be ideal.
Can you do it without killing anybody?
Hate it when they ask for discounted jobs. Fine.
Huh?
You don't want a massacre, so you can take that off the cost. Fine, I get where you're going.
Yeah.
Zoe looks to Isaac like,
Fine, a non-lethal systems failure. Fine, but don't blame me if your operation fails because you didn't want to pay to get your hands bloody.
That Isaac, that should help with the teleporting, right?
I suppose so. Yeah. Thing is, what they're containing down there, and this was kind of what I was already planning with Russell, but this seems like a better idea, I guess. If security goes down, there's going to be a lot of dangerous things escaping. Now, there will be casualties.
Well, we
But
could
That was going to be a
try to reorganize things to mitigate that while still creating a good deal of chaos. Of course, that would be an extra charge.
What do you take anyway?
All sorts of things. We'll say today I want sugar water.
Oh, okay.
Do we just like wring Cilia out like a fucking towel?
Salt water, sugar water.
Sugar water.
Yeah, that's where we get the water. Then we're gonna need some sugar.
Oh.
Yeah, Tycho's
think-
going. Do you have a
Do
cup,
you think-
sir?
I'm not giving you a... Dear
Except
Lord.
so I
how-
can pour it in for you.
Yeah, sure. And he reaches into his desk and he brings out a cup that says "World's Best Mom."
Tycho pulls out her thermos that she uses to mix tea on the fly, pours it in, and then takes out a pack of sugar and pours it in.
Yeah, that's good.
He grabs it and goes, "Oh yes, that's a vintage of water and sugar I haven't had." All right, we have a deal.
It would have been funny if we rang Celia out.
We are
the
not
list of
juicing
things to do.
Celia.
You're not a cartoon
Celia.
character.
Christ.
Right. You left cartoon land. That would just involve you breaking your bones.
So, do you think? Well, you're still bringing in Rouse Russell because that's your that's your in, and then Mr. the Wasp, or is it Mr. the Wasp?
Mister, he says while
Okay.
drinking out of his world's best mom cup.
Mr. the Wasp will cause havoc that will lead to less casualties, but will still make a big distraction for you to go and grab Wen.
Are there any particular destructive acts you would like specified? I could make some of the electronic files corrupt.
Can you
Ooh,
corrupt
really
the
set
files
them
on us?
back.
Yeah. Could you erase specific files?
I could.
Now, the thing is, if only certain files are erased and not a widespread erasing or scrambling, they'll just look at who got erased and be like, oh, those fuckers did it.
Okay, well, that's true.
I
but
would
if you-
suggest. Isaac does make a good point.
Yeah.
However, I would suggest if we're kidnapping Wen anyway, or rescuing him, why not include some of the data he is in projects he has worked on to really wipe the slate clean and set them back?
Yeah.
Get it in the crossfire, not targeted, of course.
Yeah,
Well,
he can
that's
hit.
the thing. I don't know if I work for Wen, I was his lackey, but I don't think we're his project.
Yeah, but hitting like bigger scale into their files and getting ours as part of the bigger thing, that won't have suspicion on us if, say, other people who
Now,
Spindle has files on get also wiped.
Could you make copies of those files before you destroy them and transfer them to us?
That might
A little
take
bit of espionage.
a second glass of sugar water.
Kaiko still has a half full thermos, so she just pours in more.
You know, if you pop me back and let me do something real quick, I can get you a shit ton of sugar water.
All
How
right.
does that sound?
That sounds good.
Cool. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
How long were you playing this character, TT?
He's part of the Mafaus section of things.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that world's best mom mug is his mom, Mafaus. He stole
Oh.
it from her.
So
I'm getting a feeling she's another one of the brood.
So he goes and essentially just buys big jugs of water and like boxes of sugar, and then comes back.
And he welcomes it with open arms.
See, here's your water.
All right, so you want me to steal some files for you while causing a server crash and a corruption of the files stored on their servers. So that way, they've experienced a setback and you know what they're doing.
Yes, exactly.
That is the big and small.
Now, even with all this delicious sugar water, I can taste that it may not be possible to get everything off of their computers, so if there are certain pertinent topics you would like me to focus on during our window of opportunity,
Don't you have that
speak.
that card, that key card, Isaac, that could potentially assist our friend here?
Yes, point him in the right direction.
I'd like to hang on to it, but yes, this card. If we
Yeah.
can figure out where this card, the project that this card leads to.
You'd like it to. Well, I can examine it without destroying it. Just hand it over.
Don't really have a choice, so yeah.
They won't destroy it.
I'm just a passenger in this story right now, so hand it over.
Okay.
Oh.
You hand over the card, and from the black mass of his head, two long, hairy appendages extend and sort of flicker and dance over the card. No, and he hands the card back.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm sorry, but that's going to require some very large payment, and I don't think you're ready for that yet.
Very well. We need not unlock all of Orenberg's secrets now. We just need enough information to point us in the right direction.
All right. Well, when you're ready for the operation, and he pulls out a second wasp card, and he says, simply say, the time is now, and I'll get to work. Keep the card in hand, and I'll tell you when the window runs out. Sound good?
Takes the card. Suppose you have a deal. Oh, you like sugary stuff?
Mm-hmm. This is a good payment for the first deal. But we both know that this is letting you off cheap.
Yes.
Just so we're all aware of each other. It's good business sense to make the first deal favor the customer.
Yes. You really do take after Mafaus, don't you?
Oh, what a beautiful woman. Do you have any idea what this cup says?
World's
number
world's
one.
best mother.
Oh! Well, I'll still use it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a good cup.
Isaac will pocket the card.
And you guys just sort of stand there in the basement for a moment.
How do we leave?
They're an
Oh,
elevator.
right. He snaps his fingers, and you feel a buzzing in your heads, and then you're back in the field.
Was novel.
I
He
like
seems
him.
nice.
Yeah.
I had a feeling he'd react that way to the card and the project.
He's worth a shot, though.
Although that does give us a lot of insight to what the project is, just by omission.
I know it's something that deals with either rewriting or creating its own fabric of reality.
So, a thought occurred, Isaac. What if he's trying to like get rid of everything weird? She has air quotes.
Possibly, but I think he's trying to make it so that he's the only power. I think he's making a loom.
A loom?
Something to weave his own reality. But that's just hearsay. That's just speculation.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we got right now, Isaac. So if you have thoughts and you want to share them, share. Isaac. You do notice that Zoe still, isn't like... She's having a hard time looking you directly in the face.
Well, he's not going to have that face much longer.
Well, that's only temporary.
Wow.
The masks are only temporary. Isaac?
Sorry, I just shot myself in the throat with my pen.
Jesus.
No, I was fiddling with it and it just flipped out of my hand harder than I was expecting.
Stay safe, please.
I'm sorry.
You were right.
Yeah, it was more of a shock than anything.
He's coughing, Nora.
Can you not hear this, Nora?
Hello?
Nora?
Nora.
Reset!
Nora.
God damn it!
Oh.
Can we hear you?
Hello? Hello?
Can we hear you?
Okay, what the fuck?
Yeah. You
God
missed me,
damn it,
like,
the timing!
injure myself.
Discord!
To be fair, Nora, while you were trying to do a thing, Sarah was joking.
I was messing with my pen and I flicked it into my throat, so it's like I got shot.
Are you
Like
okay?
headshot. Yeah, no, it was more of a shot. It's embarrassing.
So even if there wasn't a technical malfunction, that moment still would have been interrupted.
Yeah, it was more just embarrassing.
Yeah, we've all done stuff like that, so. Isaac?
Yes, Zoe.
Please be safe.
I'm gonna try.
If there's
Yeah,
anything...
Like, I'm guessing something happened at Malfaust, but you were looking...
No, stuff happened before that. Oh,
But stuff did happen at Faust, to be fair.
yeah, stuff did happen at my house, but like, there's been stuff going on since before that. Fiddler's Green was rough.
I've been told. I'm sorry you all had to go through that.
Well, we made it out the other side. We're still alive. But I don't want something to happen to you, Isaac.
I'm gonna try not to let anything happen to me.
If it would help. Yeah, I don't know. Let me just. If you can think of anything I can do to help you get in and out, please let me know.
Benedict puts a hand on Zoe's shoulder.
Mm.
It's like, you have a big heart, so you worry deeply, but have faith.
I mean, I have faith, but like stacking the cards in your favor is never a bad idea.
We will see this through, Zoe. So, it appears we have everything we need.
Yep.
Once Tamlin finishes working on the teleporter.
Oh, she was before you left.
Yeah.
It was not actually something that was going to take super long. It was like 10 minutes.
Okay. So, I just need to call Dinah up to come pick me and Russell up.
Is there?
I'm going to try to get her out too.
Isaac, you know what I can do. I don't like it, but you know.
Zoe, I don't know what they have on your file, but you are probably one of the biggest assets they could collect. I'm not bringing you.
I don't want to go in. Like, I don't want to be your bait. I mean, like, you know.
Trust me, if things go bad, I will be calling for help.
Okay.
He says like a liar.
I'll be waiting nearby if you call for help.
You know,
And
like
if
a
Geico's
lie.
listening in, he'd know he's
Yeah.
lying.
Yeah.
If stuff goes sideways, I'm not going to be far, okay?
Okay, and I appreciate it.
And I don't want to see someone with your face dead again.
Wait, what?
I'll tell you.
Can't
I'll tell you
fucking
later.
lead with that.
Zoe, you didn't see his face on it. That was Nicolas Cage's face.
No, later. We'll deal with it later. But I'm serious.
Silly Zoe.
Serious, Isaac.
Wait, did Zoe go talk to the Norns?
Oh, the guy she killed in Fiddler's Green had his face looked similar to Isaac's. That was a thing that was noted.
Well, I was just trying to say he's very average like Isaac, but yeah, he did kind of.
Yeah, he kind of looked like Isaac. So it's not, it's not literally Isaac.
The resemblance was close enough that it put a shock into her.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're all regathering at Thimble.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tamlin's looking a little mad scientist-y with goggles as they stand next to a big machine, and they're like, "It's ready. Here are trackers to make sure that if you're teleporting with any other technology, you've got the right frequency. We're gonna do this, gang. We're gonna save Dr. Wen."
So he's looking at her like, just like.
Okay, so just to go over the plan from the beginning. Mm-hmm. I called Dinah to take me and Russell in, claiming I have a new capture. I go and meet with Wen while they take Russell down to containment. I help, at the same time I help Russell escape, I invoke our new business partner. And during that chaos, I'll signal Hal to come in to grab me and Wen to teleport us here.
And you leave behind the corpses. The fakes, I mean.
Corpses.
Yeah. The way Mephaus explained it, we've got these blank masks. You put one on you so that it becomes a U mask, and one on Wen so it becomes a Wen mask. Then we got to put these corpses in water so they unbreak the seal and become corpses. You put the mask on the corpses so they look like you and Wen. And then you're good. They got dead bodies that look just like you.
So I am for sure faking my death. Okay.
I mean, you don't have to. I also got a Nicolas Cage mask. Or if you want to do that in addition, I did get a third corpse pellet.
I think if we can get him out of there without him having to fake his death, that would be easier. Also, what the fuck, guys?
What?
I just thought it would be funny if a dead Nicolas Cage showed up in the sewer.
And I
You don't
guess
get the police some
slapping a
work to do
mask
for one?
Slapping a mask on Dr. Wynn would be kind of difficult.
I mean,
Police don't do any work.
may or may not. We don't know.
So
Likely, me and Hal are gonna have to restrain him to get him out of there.
Most likely.
Wait. So, do I have anything? Do we have any tranquilizers?
Yes.
Would you maybe need to tranquilize him?
Possibly.
Yes, we may have to sedate him.
Although,
Only
That
24
would probably-
hours ago.
Or rewrite him, or try to rewrite him the mayor.
no,
we
that's gonna
can't bring-
take.
We can't bring Joey in there.
And such
Yeah,
delicate work
I
has
would.
to
I would.
take
I'm gonna be
time.
honest. I would fuck up the operation.
Yes, such delicate work cannot be done under pressure.
If it,
But I'm in a pressurized suit.
so I haven't tried it out a ton, but my venom doesn't seem to be particularly fatal.
Doesn't seem.
You could just put him in a
Well, no.
sleeper hold.
Also,
Yeah, I can take him down. He's
I mean,
You are a former military man. You must know a way to incapacitate.
and he's like, and also as he glances at Orin and Miranda, because I'm sure they're there, and Susan's like, no offense, but he's an old man.
No, it's fair.
do you two know any kind of like fighting prowess he has that he might still have? Or was he not really the type?
Miranda's like, when was the Donatello of our group?
Gotcha. He
I,
carried
Sure,
I,
like
I wanted to
laugh.
say, right, the nerd.
I'm sure Susan laughs when asked if Wen was
Fighting
the
prowess.
fighter of the group.
Yeah, she it's a loud, mean laugh.
Aw.
Does not elaborate.
When had the endurance of a paper bag in the rain?
Hey, just be.
And he's lived his last decade behind a desk, so.
Well,
Hey, let me see one of those faces real quick.
Oh, yes, faces. Again,
So he
what?
Zoe takes one of the women's faces and puts it on.
well.
Which
my original
faces?
One of the women faces.
Okay, so one of the average faces. All right,
Yeah.
you are an utterly average-looking woman.
If shit goes sideways, I'm gonna be kind of nearby. Not enough to for them to take notice of me, but close
Nora,
enough. that I
can
get
you
there
make
if
your
you need
voice
help.
more average while you're being?
I can try. I can be kind of close by in case stuff does go wrong, and you need to let us know so I can get there quickly.
Yeah, that's good.
I won't be within suspicious distance, but I can move pretty fast. So if you need help, I can get there quickly.
Okay, Zoe, take that thing off because it feels like you're gonna invite me to a potluck.
Hold on.
I'm gonna keep it on until I don't need it, just in
You
case.
don't need it right now.
Oh, right. Thanks.
Well, my original idea, Isaac doesn't necessarily have to fake his own death at the moment. He's merely under the suspicion of being removed.
If it's needed, it's a plan that we can have.
Precisely.
Yeah, I'd
It's an
prefer
option.
to hold onto the bodies until we can find a good place to dump them so it looks like we were abducted during all the chaos and then killed later.
That's a
I'd
good
rather
idea.
us
Yeah.
go missing than say we are dead because, like,
Yes.
honestly, I still have family out there that I someday want to see again.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
And it would
Or we
keep
can just-
Spindle on the back foot
You know?
longer instead of having corpses to analyze and then realizing it's not the real deal.
We'll always have these pellets if in case we need them. Or in case we think it'd be really funny to put Nicolas Cage in a church basement.
No, you don't. Just I wonder if you could like make one of those black masks into my snake form.
So,
Well,
Tamlin.
Yeah?
Tamagotchi.
Oh, thank you!
Is she wearing goggles?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like, she looks full... They look like they're in full mad scientist mode.
Oh, I love the goggles, by the way.
Thank you. Like, they've got the great big, like, rubbly gloves and, like, the coat.
Hell yeah.
all right, young ones, let's steal into the Lonely Mountain.
Well, I'm gonna get close and I'm gonna just go that way while you get started, Isaac.
And Isaac, before we... Do you want me to teleport us right here or somewhere else, just in case?
If they do have, if Wen does have a tracking device embedded into him, you would want to teleport him into something shielded. As a room been prepared, he had Thimble.
Retroactively, there is, yes.
Yeah, statistically you do.
Statistically, you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I haven't finished filling in the Haven. But, yeah, it's either here or I think Kaiko's place is shielded, right?
Yeah.
Alright, well...
Although,
They both are,
I know
think.
where you are. We should probably bring him here. We have better facilities. And kind of an army of supernatural things that might be able to help us out if shit goes sideways. Not that I'm offering to throw an army of mannequins at them, but they might be helpful.
Alright, then. I'll bring you here, then.
Oh, horrible idea. And do the masks work on the mannequins?
Oh, Christ.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you could put those masks on a dog and it would work.
Oh my god.
Oh, horrible.
Nick Cage dog!
So
Yeah.
basically what you're saying is you walk up to Spindle with an army of Nicolas Cages.
Oh, God. Like
Nicolas Cage incursion.
Nick Cage dog, like the fucking Korn music video.
I'm imagining them running naked on all fours while doing whatever Nick Cage barking would sound like.
Oh my god. Shady, where are you even finding these? That doesn't help anything.
Put down the bunny, he says.
Christ.
Put the buddy in a box.
Oh, Melody.
What's going on next? Sorry, Nick Cage is like throwing me off.
So, you're calling for a transport. I believe it's the beginning of the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, me and Russell need to go somewhere else, so Dinah's not driving up. Alright, I need to convince TT. Previously Dinah seemed open that she's not really feeling the spindle.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can't remember if she was just okay with the job, because I did ask her if she drew drove the orange van. So
It is
very
literally
insulted by that.
just a job for Dinah.
Okay. Might not be time to recruit her yet. Maybe. I don't know. Fuck. But yeah, okay, so I call her. Me and Russell go somewhere, and I've got a cage.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll come. This is weird. We've never done it for you. All right, yeah, we'll pick it up.
Yeah. This
I don't know
thing
why I'm speaking in a
founded-
royal we. That's weird.
But, so yeah, when she comes back, comes by to pick him up, Isaac's just like, yeah, I found this fucker running around someone's basement. They called about a rat. I had rats, and they thought I'd be okay with dealing with, a normal rat. Then this thing came crawling out of the wall.
Only in melody.
Only a melody.
Well, all right, let's get it in the cage and get it in the back.
Yep. Load it up.
Load it up. Dinah starts driving you back to Spindle. She's like, have you... Like, do you have other drivers? Because I feel like I haven't brought in a creature for you, once.
No. Well, that's something, normally, my capture rate's been abnormally low since coming here. A lot of these things either end up having to be put down in the field or they end up escaping. Sure, that's not looking well on my report, my file.
Yeah. Well, what can you do? Company's got a shit health plan anyway.
It's just like, how long have you been driving for Spindle?
About 6 months.
Oh, that's not long at all.
I mean, the pay seemed better, but I find all sorts of ways to cut your benefits,
Oh, Katie.
And, sorry, I'm kind of blanking. Just like, how blunt does he be? It's like, well, it's not like you're permanently signed on to Spindle if you find something better.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to work for Amazon.
Oh, no. You guys, I don't know if you ever met her, but you ever talked to Mallory when she was still with Spindle? I heard she's found a good gig after being let go. So if you reach out to her, she might be able to set you up with some,
It's the
find
Dr.
something better.
Field agent. Didn't she end up working in a comic book shop?
For a while, and then she found something else. Still doing.
You thinking of quitting? Can someone with your clearance level even quit?
I haven't asked. I haven't really needed to quit. If there were some days where I felt like it, I'll admit some of the assignments I've been on, but it's a decent enough job. Get to travel, get all the neat gadgets.
Yeah, fun gadgets. What's an organization like Spindle even want of all these creatures anyway?
That's unfortunately not what we get paid for, and he kind of lowers his voice. Starting to question that myself.
Did you keep in touch with Mallory after she was cut loose?
Yeah, I actually saw her today.
She got contact information?
Sure. And Isaac will hand over prepared the wax museum card, and then written on the back of Mallory's contacts.
She nods, and you guys have a sort of quiet moment where it's like both of you kind of think you're on the same page, but you're not sure, so you're not going to say anything that shows you're on the same page.
Yeah, it's not like there's an insight, and I don't have any move that lets me.
You could do a read a bad situation.
Oh.
Bad situation.
It's because even though it's not a bad situation, it's basically you're reading what's going on in this social interaction.
Ooh, that's a 6. And a 4, which +1 is an 11.
Hachi Machi. Yeah, she wants to quit.
I was one short of my advanced read a bad situation.
Yeah, well, that's okay. This isn't like a whole thing. It's like, yeah, she wants to quit. She wants to work for something else. But her skills are drive vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And there aren't a lot of places that pay well for that, and Spindle doesn't really either. And also she's low key worried Spindle might fucking assassinate you if you quit. Given the weird shit she's seen, so talking to someone else who left the company would be comforting, which is why she was probing about Mallory.
Yeah,
once you brought her
that's
up.
exactly why Isaac led up with that. So okay, he's got a good feeling on that, and he's pretty convinced on Dave's feeling, since Dave was the one who warned him about the repurposing in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So Isaac will text ahead or call ahead to Dr. Wen as they're driving in.
Oh, hey Isaac, what's going on? I don't remember sending you with a mission today.
No, it's kind of dropped in my lap. I have a capture. And he'll quickly, send a picture of Russell.
Oh.
Yeah, found that in someone's basement. They thought they just had regular rats.
What an intriguing mutation. Yeah, let's bring it in.
Dinah's already bringing me in, so see you in a few.
All right. Good work.
This is like the first thing you've brought in like months.
Well, technically, we're only like 3 months since this version of Melody started, like in game. It's been a rough few months.
Because the last thing you brought in was the Watcher.
Yeah. Jerry.
As much as your boss would have liked you to bring in more.
All right. You go into Spindle. In one of the back entrances. Dinah takes the cage, and some workers help her bring it to where the specimens are kept, and you follow along with her. And as you're like just about ready to enter the specimen wing, you see two figures approach you. One is the smiling face of Dr. Wen, and the other, with his arm clapped around Wen's back, is Frank Orenberg.
Of course it is.
Well, I just heard the news. Wen said that you brought a Oh, look at that thing. Isn't that just bizarre? Wow, this is the second live specimen you've managed to catch?
Yeah, it seems that a lot of the things I've had to deal with are very aggressive about being captured.
Yeah, I was talking to Wen about that. We've been dealing with a lot of threats that are, what's the word? Irretrievable. Things that have to be sort of,
I was gonna say apocalyptic, but that's...
eliminated, yeah. And it seems like you've got a real knack for, taking them out before things get nasty. I was, actually already working with paperwork on sort of, readjusting your position in the company. What are you saying to some higher pay, Isaac? And as you're doing that, Wen behind you is like, well, Frank, it's as I said, I don't think that Isaac doesn't deserve higher pay, but I like having him in acquisitions.
Oh God.
I mean, with all due respect, when was the last time he got an acquisition before today? He's suited to eliminations. He's too smart for that. We really should be talking about this in confidence. When we've talked about this in confidence 5 times and you keep going around in circles, let's let Isaac decide. Where do you see your future best of the company, Isaac?
Okay, out of character. Fuck you for putting this, like,
Fair.
God.
I had a feeling TT was going to throw in a curveball.
Oh, so did I. Just was hoping it wasn't going to be
But
Frank.
it's looking bad.
God. Isaac just kind of does that, like, oh, wow. I will admit, I don't mind staying with Dr. Wen's team. I
You're
mean,
fresh off a victory. I'm going to let you sit on that, but maybe in a couple of
I need
days,
some time to think about this. If
we
you
can
don't
talk
mind.
about this in my office. But good work. You know, got the attention of head of the company. That's nothing to sneer at, right, Slugger? And then
Isaac's keeping is cool.
Frank walks by, and when he's out of earshot, Wen is like, "Okay, I don't know what you're thinking career-wise, but you do not want to go into eliminations.
Yeah.
It's basically just mercenary work.
Yeah, that's why I kind of left the military. It was no better than that.
And they're not just going to ask you to eliminate monsters."
And is Russell still there in the cage?
Yeah, but I mean, he's being led farther and farther away. But
Yeah.
Wen actually does head back towards the specimen room. Have you ever seen what we've got going on down here?
No, actually, I haven't. Philosophy. Oh.
You're robot-y a bit.
Hello?
Hello? Zoe?
Hello?
Hello?
There.
Am I here?
I hear you.
You're warbling
Am I
a bit, but
roboting?
yeah, we hear you. A bit, but you're understandable.
Okay, carry on. I know how to fix this. Keep going.
All right.
I thought she was using her bot shots vocalizer for a second.
All right. So, you finally go into the specimens room, and what you see is somewhere between veterinary room, like veterinary kennel area, and the cabin in the woods monster cube room.
So, kind of like the collector's facility?
Yes, but
or mundane?
less humane.
Oh, less humane?
Yeah, because a good number of the creatures aren't, just, waiting around like a lion in a zoo. They're being vivisected. It's an experimentation room, a room of figuring out how things work. Living things.
Yeah, Isaac's definitely getting flashbacks to being flayed alive.
Yeah, that would make sense because there are things in this room that are being flayed alive.
And yeah, Isaac can't hide like a grimace that's seeing some of it.
Yeah, some grim work that we have to do down here. But it's all important to understand the way this whole alternate reality stuff works. Don't worry, he says as he pats the cage that Russ is in. We'll take good care of your specimen. I don't think we're going to need to chop it up. Might have to poke and prod it a little bit. I crave violence.
I'm here. Am I here?
Hello.
Okay.
Did it just say
say
words?
"Father, I crave violence"?
Yeah, essentially. Did it just say words?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I subdued rather than chased it off. But I think I'm gonna need some help, as he says with his hand on the card in his pocket.
Okay. For a second.
At the same time, he's going to use the magic that he put down on the cage to cause it to burst open as if Russell is making a jailbreak.
Okay. So everything happens very fastly. In 1 microsecond, it's all normal. In the next, alarms blare, electric locks unlock, doors swing open, more alarms blare, things start running amok, and now you're in the containment breach part of Cabin in the Woods.
And Isaac looks to Russell and just kind of gives a subtle nod.
And Russell's off. He is off like a man in a weird, poorly fitting rat costume chasing after a man in black.
Yeah, Isaac said that, before boxing him up, it said, your job is going to be to help break out as many people as you can. As many things.
Monsters are breaking loose everywhere. People are screaming. Scientists are going for emergency ray guns. Some of them are making it. Most of it are not. Wen is just looking at everything wide-eyed like, what the fuck just happened?
Okay. Oh, and Isaac is he's just gonna go. It's like, okay, Dr. Wen, we need to get you out of here. And he's gonna try ushering him towards, the exit.
And Wen follows because he's fucking terrified. Like, he's all but wetting his pants.
Yeah, Isaac for sure pulls out his gun and, to be like, oh, fuck, we need to get you to safety.
Okay, so now I need you to roll an act under pressure to not attract attention as you're escaping.
Where's Isaac's sheet?
Remember, you can burn luck.
Still haven't taken any highlights for like two arcs now, but act under pressure. Come on. 5. Come on. Another 5 plus 2.
Damn, nice. Okay, you're trained for this kind of shit. You duck and weave and get out of there without drawing attention to yourself. As like monsters are, fighting each other and anyone who gets in their way. At one point, like what looks like a fucking laser beam bursts through a section of the wall. Chaos is erupting. Agents are beginning to stream out of rooms trying to figure out what to do, but literally everything that could go wrong is going wrong at the moment. It is chaos, it is pandemonium, and you are managing to get Wen through the badness. He's clinging onto you.
What are some of the monsters he sees?
I didn't have a whole lot of time to plan, guys. Well,
all
right, let's make some shit up. Let's make some shit up. There's a fucking there's at least a couple of hide behinds that are fucking Anson Isengarding their way out. There are some globster looking things. You see Jerry, he's having a fun old time. You think he's been vivisected at least 15 times and he's got the scars to prove it. and he's currently rolling along with a happy smile on his many different mouths. His eyes hitting the ground every time his vaguely sphere-shaped body rolls over. And he waves at you with one of his gangly limbs as he's just rolling to not even necessarily freedom, because I don't know if you've told Jerry he can leave yet.
Shoot. Would Isaac have had time to tell Russell that just to deliver
Free
that?
Jerry.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've had all sorts of downtime. So Russell comes and grabs Jerry and starts taking him out. More chaos. There's like robots running berserk, or at least military style drones running berserk. There's one room where it seems to be like the fizzy lifting drink scene from Hell, where everyone is suddenly floating in an anti-gravity chamber towards a giant fan on the ceiling.
Oh, Jesus.
You're making your way out, and suddenly you're stopped as something is in your way. It's vast, bipedal, heavily muscled body with a cluster of bone shards in place of hands, and just like a smooth, circular, flattened surface where its neck would be.
Oh. What the fuck?
It's standing in your way, and while it doesn't have a head or any sensory organ, you can kind of tell from its body language that it's kind of like glaring you down like a gorilla.
Maybe just like
It's a recreation of the Grafton experiment.
What?
The Grafton monster.
Oh god, yeah.
All right, we have to. Its shards are out. Oh god. And then. No, you may go.
Isaac's just. Do I see other? I guess.
Oh, you see all sorts of
other...
things going on right now. This is just your particular situation.
Okay. Isaac will kind of shove Wen so he's standing behind him, and not using the hand that has the gun in it, he's gonna reach out and pluck a thread, and how you got a little jingle in your brain. That was the old notice.
All right. He's gonna appear immediately in front of you. Still
okay, the two of you read a bad situation.
Okay.
Come on. 12 plus. I want to finally use this ability. Nope.
Read bad. Sharp. Okay, that's a 9 for me.
7. That's a 7.
9 and a 7.
The worst I've rolled.
Okay. Great. You see the Grafton monster, you see a whole bunch of chaos around you. Best way out is to teleport.
I don't trust like that.
Mm-hmm.
7. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? Beyond the chaos? Or anything that's immediately threatening us that we haven't noticed?
Well, now that you mention it, you feel a slight weight on your back.
Look at my back.
You see indents on the back of your coat, as if something was, tugging onto them. But whatever's tugging onto them isn't visible.
Would I have enough time to use the sight?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, what's pulling on me?
Well, it's got a very large head, and it's got very large, shiny black eyes, and it's got long, noodly limbs with a strange array of grasping fingers, and stunted, shriveled little tuber-like legs from its shriveled and vestigial torso.
So he definitely knows what this is.
Why, it's a good old gray alien.
Oh,
Squash that fucker.
Is there a way I could rip it off my back and throw it at the Grafton monster?
Yeah, kick some ass.
Oh, God.
holy fuck! They had a fucking gray in here.
I mean,
They had at least one
kinda makes
fucking
sense.
gray in here.
They don't anymore.
man,
Turned invisible trying to get out on Isaac's back.
Just like
I was
she
just trying to couldn't remember if I had an ability, but another 5 and a 6. 11 plus what's 0, so it's an 11.
Okay.
Leveled up.
You chuck the gray, you rip the gray off your back, and you chuck it like a fucking basketball. As it flies through the air, its cloaking device turns off, and as it hurtles towards the Grafton monster, its fingers shift and bend, not as if they're made of bone and sinew, but rather out of mechanical hydraulics. And it clasps its hands together and fires a neon green beam at the monster, and immediately its body, like, it doesn't disintegrate, but the bonds of its molecules come apart.
It starts
Fucking
And
to turn
so-
soupy.
Everything
copied the necrotic
slaws
flare.
off.
Those fuckers reverse engineered or in the necrotic flare.
Yeah, it just slaws off into a pile of raw
Water?
elements.
Oh,
And
I mean, at first it's like rotting, but then it goes beyond that to just molecules separating.
Fucking Fallout plasma murder.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
just imagining
it-
just green soup.
All of that happens in like half a second, and the other half of a second, the gray flips, tries to land on its feet, and then succumbs to gravity and falls, and it whimpers.
oh.
Oh, well.
Fuck them kids.
And as it lies on the ground, it turns its swollen head back to you, and it gives you the most pleading look it has.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
no.
Gee. Hal will pause for 2 seconds and look at Isaac. He's not going to say anything because he's not going to have his voice on like a recorder or anything.
Isaac,
He's a fucking gray.
Head- imagining to read that expression through the visor, will just kind of give a regretful, like, fuck it, yeah.
Alright. I'll scoop both of these.
Isaac,
Oh god.
Isaac, I'm
Isaac
going
is
to
just-
throw you on my back. I'm going to grab Wen
oh,
around the waist, and then I'll pick the gray up like by the leg.
Okay, you two, and the gray squeaks and mules like a mouse that's been caught, but doesn't protest. And as you're picking it up, you don't realize there is something monstrous lurking up behind you until the gray suddenly whips its arms around again and fires that beam and makes another thing turn into soup.
Jesus!
Alright.
Oh no!
He's like 2 seconds away from just dropping it and leaving. But again, he's gonna turn and look at Isaac. It's like, this is up to you.
And Wen faints.
I think it's up to Hal, because Hal's the one with the teleportation. I
And
can't
Wen
see
straight up
from-
faints.
Oh my god.
You've got Jerry, you've got Russ, you've got an unconscious Wen, you've got a little gray.
Like, that's what he's thinking. He's like, should I bring this back? Because this will be trauma as hell for Kaiko. But they could also possibly get it off of her, the thing. He's like,
Does
Hold on.
And Hal's staying silent, right?
Yes, he's not saying a damn word. I'm gonna flip a coin.
Rocket Man.
Oh, well, sorry, TT. This gray is staying
Nope.
here.
That's fine.
And I rolled an 11 to teleport, so he's going to give it a regretful kind of... He's not going to say anything, but he's going to project all the regret that he has in his soul, and he's going to drop it and teleport out.
All right, you do see a look of absolute betrayal and the death of hope in its black, shiny eyes
God damn it.
as you drop it to the ground in the midst of all this chaos,
Good.
and you guys teleport away.
Good. Ah, shit.
And you're in Thimble! Congrats!
Wait,
When
wait.
Oh, okay.
Sarah, what?
Yeah.
Gotta roll weird. Where the fuck did I put that dice? There it is.
If you want to stop
Is that
me
a
from
jinx?
dropping him,
Well, yeah, I'm gonna jinx you.
so I can't drop him. Okay.
Your hand. Well, hold on. I have to roll this weird. Really?
Like, I'll let you...
Now I rolled 2 6s? Your
I'll-
hand is wet to the thing's foot.
Okay, I'll let you do that because it's like I wasn't sure, and you're making your feelings
This
on it
is
clear.
more of a subconscious. No, it's purely subconscious. Isaac feels bad about anything being in here.
That's fair. I rolled a 1.
So,
For teleport?
No, for if I was gonna leave it or not.
Okay.
I flipped a coin, basically.
so the Gray doesn't feel betrayed because
Yeah, the great.
Just feels confused because the weird shit's happening.
Uh,
So did we save it? That's important to
save
know.
the gray.
Yes.
Save the gray.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, we did.
Okay. You're back at Thimble. You got Wen. He's unconscious. He fucking fainted because of all the shit going down, but he had trouble processing.
Yeah, Isaac's just like, put me down, put me down, put me down. As he like scrabbles away.
He'll let you go instantly.
Yeah, and he'll like pull like at a string in the air, and the knots on the webbing on your hand go loose, and it's just like, oh, that was probably a bad idea. As he's now just staring at the gray.
What do I do with it?
So are you still is someone still holding it? What's going on?
I'm holding it by the leg, yes. He's just-
It is panting laboriously, part from panic and partly because its body's not built for this environment. Which is weird because other times when you've like the rare couple of times you've encountered grays, they seem like they handle it fine.
Yeah, in the collection
Oh.
they seem fine.
Maybe this is a different set of gray.
I mean, it looks
And-
the same.
Okay.
No, never mind.
I'll write it by
Isaac's-
holding it under the armpits.
Yeah. And Isaac will use the can this thing communicate with us?
You haven't tried talking to it, so
Because he looks at it and goes, you'll be safe here as long as you don't harm us.
it looks up at you, and there is something akin to gratitude in the expression on its face.
Oh, it does seem to understand us.
Yeah. It doesn't
I
say anything back. I mean, partly because it
Would
doesn't have a
very
mouth,
curious.
don't they speak psionically?
normally.
Mm.
And
Remember what Wen said about that specimen room? They're figuring out how things work.
yeah,
Vivisection.
does this
They
thing have
lobotomize
scars?
the Gray.
My God.
Can't
Yeah,
speak.
does-
Probably cut
does
out the
thing
organ
have-
that allows psychic talk.
Oh fuck. Yeah, does this thing have scars on its head?
Oh, it like when you start examining it, yeah, it's got a shitload. It's like there's all sorts of scars along its throat, around its torso, its rib cage, and its stomach.
Oh, they had a good
on-
old-fashioned alien autopsy.
like right down its arms, like if a person was slitting their wrist. and like several cranial scars of its head having been opened.
Jesus. Yeah, Isaac really.
So basically, they did to the Grey what the Greys did to Kaiko.
Yeah, they did to the Grey what the Greys do to others.
Oh my god.
Made me realize, oh shit, maybe this thing isn't fucking cool. We shall see. So,
And-
what is the room y'all teleported in?
Yeah,
Just to figure out where
yeah.
the rest of us
Um,
are.
I think that it would probably be like a fairly nondescript room with some mad scientist machinery, like a teleportation platform that they showed up on. But
Yeah, makes sense.
Isaac, what
I mean, this was formerly a Frey Labs. So
what do I do with this, Isaac?
Gray. I don't know. I guess we try to figure out how to communicate with it if they can't speak. And then he looks over at Wen. He goes, "Oh boy," and he'll kind of like go over to the intercom. It's just like, "Okay, we're back. Not alone though." Or text or whatever.
Is it two-way or?
If you find
Emlyn-
an intercom
Emlyn's like,
button,
You got when?
Wen and something else. Keiko, you stay upstairs.
And then you hear Oren's voice like, Did you bring back Jerry?
He'll be back later.
And
I wish it was Jerry.
I mean, you did bring back Jerry. You got him.
and
Oh, okay,
Russell,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, and Russ.
Yeah, they
Okay,
both
yes.
clamped onto me as I took off.
Okay, I did.
So is
I mean, they
Damon
were
get out of
following
his own
you
way?
as the chaos broke down because Russ quickly figured out, they don't really need me to open more cages. I'm just gonna make sure these guys are safe. And then Jerry saw you and was like, hey, those are my friends. I'll go see them.
Which is fair.
Jeez. And yeah. Trying to think who would be. Yeah, he's just gonna say over the intercom. It's just like, Keiko, I think it's best if you stay upstairs.
They had a Grey, didn't they?
Yeah, they came with us. Rip the bandage off.
It's
Okay, you guys.
been
I'll
lobotomized.
stay here. You tell me how that goes.
So
Julie,
he's gonna.
fingers.
Julie is right next to Kaiko, ready to comfort.
They need you right now. I think. I don't think I should be fine.
Okay. And then Julie goes down with
Do we take? I guess we'll go to a lab.
yeah. Luckily that this section is connected to many of the laboratories because it's
Yeah,
one of them.
Mallory's lab, probably.
Go to Mallory's lab. You got Wen and Miranda and Susan and Oren are all there waiting for him along with Mallory.
Isaac carries in Dr. Wen. So you didn't tell me he was a fainter, as he puts him down on the observation table.
I mean, he did that like a couple of times when we first went adventuring, but I figured he got over it.
Well, whoever this
You don't
lost
remember.
person is. Hal saw just a glimpse of it, but this lost person is effective. It was like within moments, absolute carnage. Honestly, as he kind of like pauses and he goes, honestly, without their help, points to Hal walk in with the Grey, we probably would have been killed.
Also, the Grey unintentionally helps you hide bodies because all that's left is molecular goo on the floor now.
Yeah.
They
You
might
guys
just,
once were.
They might just assume you've been turned to soup.
Not knowing how the Phantasmagoricals are going to react to seeing a gray in person, considering
Ooh,
their
yeah.
whole deal.
This was an accident.
They look at it, and Norton's like, oh, that's what the little buggers look like.
Little bat.
It latched
Miranda looks
onto
like-
us when we were trying to escape, and it actually helped us escape.
Susan looks at him and is like, not so tough about your spaceship.
Um,
So
and Isaac just kind of like does that inhale through his teeth, as he's just like, I think it's missing like multiple organs now too.
It can't do the.
They
Tell him.
vivisected it alive.
It can't answer anything that we're saying, but it understands. It, she, him. He's looking at the alien.
So Oren's regarding it with curiosity but also like apathy to its suffering because these things killed his friend. Susan is full on aggressive,
Oh,
but
yeah, she's
Miranda,
funny.
despite her history, can't help but feel pity
Yeah.
as she goes up to the thing. And she reaches out and she feels its surgical scars, and it's like, no one deserves that. Want me to have my acting moment? She says, no one deserves that.
That's why I kind of let it stay behind. It's that he like kind of like touches his own chest where his own fucked up scar is, but I think that's why I've never gone down there, is because seeing what they would do, I wouldn't be able to stay there any longer. So it's a kind of good thing that it's stopped for now.
I only got a glimpse, but yeah, no.
Julie comes in at that moment, flexing her claws. It's like, okay, so you want me to kill the gray and then do Wen, or do Wen and then kill the gray?
I think we only want you to help when.
Yeah, start with when we're undecided with this.
I mean, all right, but I don't really think it's going to be the catharsis you're imagining if you let Kaiko do it. I'm going to end up using the
No.
flame, and that's going to bring all sorts of ethical qualms.
No, don't worry. They're gonna.
I mean, I appreciate the irony, but all right. Let's see what's in Wen's old noggin.
Should we get Carly's help as well?
What, you think I can't do it?
No, she was his friend.
And yeah, Oren's like, yeah, she's gonna want to be a part of this. And Miranda's like, already calling her, and Susan's like, damn it, I wanted to do that. Carly, hey, how would you like to have a proper? Well, I guess. How'd you like to see Dr. Wen again? Yeah. All right, here's the address. All right.
I could go pick her up real quick.
She'll be over.
Hal becomes the source of yet another Melody cryptid, the teleporting spaceman.
Well, don't make Hal a fucking taxi. People can drive. Jesus.
Anymore.
If only he was wearing a cowboy hat.
Oh my god.
So Carly will be here in like 15 minutes. Hold your horses. We can talk some things through.
Well, that 15 minutes goes by. What do I see at Spindle?
Yeah, is anyone monitoring the situation at Spindle?
I was nearby in my disguise.
You hear some perturbing noises from the outside of the building, but you don't see a lot. And eventually things go quiet again.
Concerning.
And as you're watching, you hear a buzzing noise, and eventually you see a fairly large hornet approaching you, and
Oh,
clutched in its 6 legs is a thumb drive.
oh. Zoe holds out her hands.
The hornet gives you the thumb drive, and then nods its little head before flying off.
Before he leaves, I could get you more sugar water.
Sugar
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean,
Wasp would like the sugar water.
I would like sugar water.
yeah, sure, I'll get you some more sugar water.
Not supposed to take a break on the job, but what Boston to know
wait.
won't hurt him.
She gets him with some sugar
Consider
water.
it a tip for your services.
Yeah, it's a tip for your service.
Sugar water.
The name is Zoe.
I'm messenger hornet number 672.
672. Good job, 672.
Good job, Zoe. And then it flutters off.
Aw.
Oh, I love him. I love him. They're mine now.
It's a good thing it's not actually Waspinator, because we just know something bad would happen to it as soon as it flew off.
Waspinator, it would fly away in a
It wouldn't be hurt, but something. It would just be unlucky.
It would be flying away in a
A
meteor
bird
with
flies
that on
by
it.
and scoops it up in its mouth.
I was
No!
just gonna say, like, a bug on the windshield of the Seki truck.
Jeez.
Fuck.
No, Waspinator no want to be isekai to beast machines.
Jesus.
I mean, isn't that essentially what happened? He left Earth, and he woke up in a different body with different skill set, and he was way cooler than he'd ever been before?
Oh my
PG.
god.
But it isn't a Zekai.
Off.
TT,
Yeah?
this has convinced me. You can fly Waspinator in the Mayhem Attack Squad one shot.
I really want to play Waspinator.
This has convinced me. Congratulations.
Is this what we do? Is this friend group? We just trade favors within our respective.
God.
You amused me. You get something cool. Yeah, I'll amuse you.
So, waiting for Carly.
Okay.
Isaac's going to retrieve the book from Benedict or Keiko, someone. And
So why'd you
try
do it?
What was that?
The guy who said, so why'd you do it?
Because I know what it's like to be flayed open by something uncaring. And I know
I
you
can
know how that
imagine.
feels too.
There's a pit in Kaiko's stomach as she bites her lip. I trust your judgment, just... I don't think I'm ready yet.
That's why I'm keeping them far away from you. You don't have to see them ever if you don't want to. Just, I couldn't live with myself seeing them, knowing that that spindle was, I don't know. And he kind of fails to find the words. 'Cause he's not even sure why he did it in the moment.
Just make sure you're not like psychic mind controlled or anything.
Right. And taking the book, he's going to try to use magic to establish some kind of communication with it. Or actually, he pauses and he's just like, "Oh wait, Tamlin, do we have like a speaker spell thing, a text to speech? Maybe it knows how to type."
Yeah, we worked one up for
Octopus.
Octopus, so he doesn't have to use his ink
yeah.
all the time to write.
Maybe we could
And I
Thankfully
did
for
make a couple of extra copies, so that way, if it breaks, we don't have to wait
Okay.
for me to make a new one and
Yeah,
deal with the
actually,
mess.
instead of casting
Just the amount of
magic
ink
and-
he used to answer even the simplest of questions.
Yeah, it's gonna dehydrate
Cleanup was
himself.
terrible.
But before trying to use magic and accidentally establishing a psionic link to a gray alien, he's gonna see if it can use the speaking spell.
Okay, so you give it the speaking device, and it like all of its movements are weak. Like this thing is not feeling healthy, but it does, like, with jittery, frail hands, start manipulating the speaking device, and it writes "thank you."
Oh.
We don't know what's going to happen to you yet. I'm just going to be honest. Your kind has hurt many of us before.
And it looks at you, and it writes, "You feel pain?"
Oh.
Very much so. Do you? Did you feel it when they tore you apart?
It's, "Yes, I feel much pain."
That is what it feels like whenever you have a specimen on a table.
And its eyes, like, roll in its skull as it tries to comprehend this, and it writes, "But we've done so many experiments."
Yeah.
Yes,
Caused so much pain.
there is much pain your people are responsible for. But
They told
I
me it was
couldn't.
good work.
You may have.
Works
You
for-
may
They
have.
told me I was going to do something great.
And Isaac? Oh, that really hits him. He goes. Then you should know that my species and yours, it is those in power who lie to us to make us hurt others.
And it, like you can see, like, in it doesn't have a lot of facial features, but those big eyes are expressive, and, like, it's having, like, just a complete crisis of consciousness. Like, I went through that crash for nothing. I thought I was a failure, and it was for nothing.
It is only for nothing if you let it break you and you give up.
And the creature cups its head in its hands. Greys don't have eyelids, so you can see its great big black eyes through its fingers as it's holding its head. And then finally, it pulls out of itself enough to write, "It hurts, and I'm so tired."
While you're here, I will make sure nothing hurts you any further. And he, like,
Everything's
on-
hard. I can't breathe.
Hmm.
I'm so
And-
heavy.
He goes, and this time he will use magic. Because once again, just going with the whole marionette thing, he's going to try to use the strings to try and help it become a little more buoyant, like gravity's a little less pressure on it.
Okay, roll that usual beam footage.
3, 6 plus what's my weird? 1. So that's a 10.
Damn. Okay.
I like this little blue
Um,
die.
you do manage to lessen gravity's pull on this creature, and it feels weight off of its limbs, and the air is lighter in what equates its respiratory system. And it doesn't quite understand, and it writes, "How? What did you do?"
I does he mean? Isaac's trying to figure out. Does it mean the magic or the whole thing in general?
It has no idea how the fuck it went from feeling the crushing grip of a gravity of a planet that is significantly higher than the gravity of its spaceship to not feeling that anymore.
It goes as it goes. It's a mercy. I
don't understand. Nothing makes sense.
Well, welcome to the club.
yeah. And Isaac just kind of goes. I've been through this, but if you might be able to get through this as well. I can't promise it will be easy, and it will be full of pain. But you regret the work, yes?
It looks at you and it writes, "I never got to do the work."
Where you were at, those people that hurt you, I was part of that work myself. I no longer want to be part of it. And I'm going to fight against it so that others like you and the people that your people have taken as experiments, so that can't happen to them either. It's only worthless if you let it break you.
Well, it doesn't know what to say to that.
And Isaac, like, kind of, there's a moment where he's just like, great, I can't believe I'm about to flash an alien, but he pull open his shirt to show the scar, like the massive scars that like was torn open, and he goes, "This shouldn't happen. This shouldn't have happened to you. This shouldn't have happened to me, and I don't want this to happen to anything else."
Gray thinks about this and then sort of nervously and unsure of itself nods its head.
We'll try to make you comfortable. We'll see what you need, and we'll try to help you heal if that's possible. But there are people that have been very hurt by the people you worked for, and it will take them time or possibly no amount of time to come around. I meant to say this, like, some may come around to accepting you, but others, some people can't forgive or forget what happened to them.
And the Gray thinks about this for a good long while before finally writing, "That's fair."
Oh.
He goes, I need to go discuss with my friends, but there will be others to come and help you. A woman named Mallory. She'll be able to help you out.
It nods.
And was this like Isaac and just the Gray by himself in like a room?
Yeah,
Kind of how I was picturing it.
yeah. It's got its own separate waiting room at this point.
Isaac will just say, before he steps out, and goes, actually, he kind of doesn't know what to say as he just kind of looks at it and goes, I'll be back, as he steps out. And waiting for Carly, he's just going to go find Mallory and kind of explain the situation to her.
She understands, and she's going to do her best to take care of the thing.
Yeah.
God damn, Pharaoh.
Was not expecting Isaac to see so much of himself inside a Gray. What the fuck, TT?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm a firm believer that alien invaders are ultimately just our own selves reflected back at us.
So.
All right. Well, Carly's here now.
And Zoe.
Yeah. I have a flash drive. And my laptop.
I need to give that to Tab. I don't know if a laptop would be handle that. Probably a lot of data on that little stick.
Yep.
I'll take it to Tamlin then. It's fine.
So, but Isaac will lead Carly to the room with Gwen. I didn't mean to take up so much airtime.
No, that was really good.
It's kind of an Isaac episode.
Yeah.
Don't apologize for that. That was cool as hell.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
Fantastic. I'll get, moments. Don't feel bad about getting one.
All right, so we doing when? We doing the thumb drive? What we doing?
You should do
Probably
first.
when?
Yeah.
All right.
When first.
So Carly, you guys show Carly into the room where the others are waiting, and Carly sees Julie with the needle hand. She's like, we should talk later. Julie's like, oh yeah, about like public access stuff? Yeah. But and then she whips out her own needles. Let's see what we can do for our old friend here first. So the pair of them.
Isaac will hand over Melissa's book to Carly.
Yeah. Carly starts flips to applicable pages as she starts basically knitting around Wen's head. And Julie is doing the same, although with more of a sewing machine motion. And both of their eyes start to glow purple as they do this. And they're both silent. And their body language is different, more refined, more almost mechanical as they're working. Isaac, you've got the site, right?
Yeah, he's probably has it up to watch this.
Yeah, they're finding all these stitches of purple thread, and they're having to undo that. And after about 5 minutes of undoing knot after knot of all this thread tied on top of each other, they find a golden thread.
Uh-oh.
And when one of Julie's needle fingers touches it, it flinches back. The tip is singed. And Carly pulls back and she starts clearing the purple threads without touching the golden, while Julie, who has way more needles at her disposal, begins pulling the golden thread even as its touch corrodes her needles.
Saying this, would Isaac be able to hand over the tool that he recently had Susan built for him? A pair of shears made from needle metal?
Yeah, you could definitely do that. And, more fingers shoot out of Julie's stump, so it's not just 4 now, it's maybe something like 7 or 8. And 2 of them grab the shears and deftly start using that to attack the golden thread. And the shears withstand a bit better. But all in all, by the end, the shears are damaged, not broken beyond repair, but they're going to need repair. And if you keep count, a couple of dozen of needles get lost out of Julie's hand, as she's tearing this thing apart. But eventually, the golden thread is torn out and shredded. And thankfully, it seems the touch of the weaver's needles is just as caustic to the golden thread as the thread is to the needles in turn, because the thread dissipates when it's cut out. And then the girls get to work sewing Wen's head back up.
God. like matter to antimatter.
But less explosive.
Purple and gold
They
sit on very opposite sides of the color scheme.
They find threads that were cut, some very recently, some very long ago, and they mend them and restore connections that were severed and kept apart by the golden thread. And while the damage isn't completely reversed, because it can't be, a scar is made over what was once a continually open wound. And the mind beneath can start to heal. That said, the operation was very taxing, and it may take a while for Wen to recover.
Oh.
And the girls recover too, because both Carly and Julie are sort of huffing by the end of it when their eyes, stop glowing. Oh, that was intense, says Carly, and Julie's like, yeah. Holy shit. Oof. I have to vomit up some more needles tomorrow. What? Nothing, don't worry about it.
God.
No, Julie, we have been worried about that.
Okay, so I puke needles every now and then. It's fine.
Isaac just kind of gestures at Julie while looking at Carly.
My hand sucks them back up. It's fine.
Benedict, who's been quiet about the proceedings until now, puts his hand on Julie's shoulder somewhat firmly. Julie has it all. Out with it.
And Carly's like, yeah, you can tell us. There's no reason you can't. We all know that the seamstress is a benevolent deity. Julie's like, yeah, okay, so sort of a chosen one.
What?
Very
I'm
well
sort
said.
of a chosen one. You know, she made a very, very strong connection with me, and we talk a lot, and you know, there's a lot of stuff that we gotta keep under wraps because there's a critical threat to the existence of the fabric of this universe. And people will freak out and also are a liability if they find out certain things. And my body makes needles because kind of part God now. And she shrugs.
Julie, you know as well as I do, Superman works better when Lois Lane knows who he is, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I've been telling you in steps. I've been telling you in pieces. I don't want to.
I mean, we're already all pretty aware we're dealing with potential world universe ending shit.
But I don't want you to think I'm like something that has to be protected above other things, you know?
You are definitely not.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, weirdly sweet.
I'm fairly certain that you're doing the most protecting.
Yeah, and that's the way I like it. I like you guys thinking of me as badass and not a unique vessel for a deity.
Okay, Joel.
Okay, you know that my favorite is Spider-Man. You know that.
Yeah, but there's Pierre Parker walking around town. That feels really weird.
I mean, if he wanted to be Spider-Man, he wouldn't call himself Pierre Parkour.
Him and Zoe have lunch on Sundays.
There's Kilometers Morales. Suki's just been doing the spooky black-eyed child look in the background this whole
Yeah.
time.
I'd be more chatty if I didn't feel like every third word was a knife in my throat.
Fair.
That's fair.
Julie's hand gives you the shears back, BT dubs.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Good.
You are gonna need to get those fixed though.
Yeah, it's just like, Susan, I know you just gave me these, but gotta hold
She
them out.
grabs them and she's like, "When's gonna be okay?" Julie and Carly nod. Worth it, and she leaves the room.
Zoe brought the flash drive to Tamlin.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Isaac was gonna check up on that too.
Yeah, I'd recommend you having it on a computer that can't be traced back easily.
Oh yeah, whatever computer is gonna be put on, it is not wired to anything except an electrical socket.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, you guys. Thimble is headquartered out of Frey. Frey had a good deal of things to keep Spindle from tampering with them.
Yeah, which is one of the reasons why Isaac moved in.
Yeah. Like,
Really
they
fucking
were
good
business
plan.
competitors, and they were successful enough that Spindle hadn't been able to loot this place when they went under.
Yeah, the
So-
only reason
The goose kept him out of the
the only
swamp.
reason Frey went under is because it shot itself in the foot.
Yeah, because they fucking aperture science themselves. So, Frey's computers are probably pretty okay.
So Zoe walks into Tamlin, still in the disguise. She has it open. Hey, Tamlin, I have the flash drive.
Okay, take off the normal woman disguise. It's freaky.
Oh, right.
God.
You look like they're gonna invite me to a bake sale.
Takes it off like, that's the second time someone said that. I have the flash drive.
Oh, neat.
Um,
What's on it?
Spindle's files.
Ooh.
Lots of them. Don't like the bunch of them were grabbed indiscriminately, but I'm pretty sure our files are on here.
Well, let's go plug them into the most secure computer in the server.
Yeah, I want to know what they know about me.
You little.
Um,
I know you're reading, you little shits.
You're gonna plug it in. It's just gonna be Orenberg wagging his finger.
Um,
Nah, you didn't say the magic
Say the
word.
magic word. God.
Let's see. Let's see.
Isaac, join.
Okay. So there is a vast amount of information on this thumb drive. Organized by areas of interest. Geological phenomena, biological phenomena, which is broken up into various kingdoms, Animala, etc.
Geobiological phenomena.
Extraterrestrial phenomena, extraplanar phenomena, other planes of existence, like just shitloads of information. There are, and I mentioned that there are persons of interest, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big chunk of person of interest files, organized by levels of severity.
Mm.
And then there are some files that are either corrupted or encrypted because you can't quite make out what their title is, and when you try to open them, it prompts a password.
Ah. You got any idea, Tamlin?
Is Isaac there?
She looks at you, she's like, nope, I ain't got a clue. Isaac?
I didn't know if he was there.
Yeah, you're there. You can be there.
He goes, well, hold on, let me try something. You don't have... All my security codes should still work. So Isaac's got to go punch in his code for field agent access.
Doesn't give you access. Nope.
No. Echo, I need your help.
What do you need?
Hacking.
Oh,
yeah. Could I use the key card? I don't think that'll work, but...
No. There's no card reader.
Yeah, I was gonna say. It's like I've seen keyboards with card readers.
There is not one here.
I can tell the Glass Easy. This is like government level encryption.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're probably gonna need a.
Yeah, we're gonna need. This is like you need like the CIA or NSA to unencrypt this.
If only you knew somebody.
Hey, Kaiko Sisters FBI.
And Isaac's like, well, there is Dave.
Who's Dave?
Oh, Dave was the one who let me in. He works on the records, and he was the one who let me in that I was going to be repurposed.
Oh.
I want to get him out if I can. Or I need to talk to him about this, but since he was the one who told me, I wonder if he'll be willing to be a mole.
A mole man,
Honestly,
if you will. A trash
yes.
man.
And like Isaac takes a moment.
Does Dave have a mole?
Oh, Dave's got plenty of moles, I'm sure. All on his back.
Mo.
Can Zoe find herself?
Oh yeah, your file's in there.
Yeah, control Zoe.
Going into her file.
Fuck, gotta find the list of.
I have this.
Do you have it ready?
Yeah,
go ahead and post it. Go ahead and share. Go ahead and share Fallow's files because you got them.
I have it too.
Oh, never mind.
No, share them. No, share them. Post them in chat.
No, go ahead. Kay's got them.
Gimme.
Well, somebody do it, or else I've got to search through mechanism. Okay, there we go.
God damn it.
Wait. Just for burst of intent.
You lost Sarah.
Oh no!
Aww.
Hello? You there, Sarah?
Well,
Sarah, you okay? Sign once for yes or two for no.
Continue.
Okay, so
I was
former
now you guys.
human merged with unknown entity from unknown plane.
Good night.
What?
Oh. Well,
What the fuck was that problem?
I don't know.
Oh. You can still.
He left.
Well, anyway, there's what Spindle knows about you guys.
Yeah. You can
Oh,
still read it
my.
out, Sparrow. The reason you can't.
Emotions.
Please,
Well,
please.
yeah, there you go.
Just waiting literally
Please,
weeks to
yeah.
read this out, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
no, it's
No.
fine. Please read it, Sarah.
We didn't know you wanted to, so
We would
Yeah.
like you to try.
Yeah.
No, it's already up on screen. It's fine. I'm
Yeah,
No.
but that doesn't
Yeah.
mean you can't read it for us.
yeah.
I mean,
It's a better in character.
our listeners would like that.
Read it
Yeah.
from Maple Samurai.
Maple Samurai would like to hear what it says. He can't read the screen.
Please do, Sarah.
Sarah.
Spindle briefing on Isaac Kuehl's civilian assets. Field agent clearance level. Tycho Westfield, Wield's Ghostfire, was abducted and modified by entities dubbed the Greys. Extremely tech-savvy with connections to many black hat hackers. Little family to speak of, save for a dangerous and well-connected sibling of great concern. Hal, capable of healing with a touch, son of Miriam Davidson, another person of interest. Works for a construction company, least concern. Celia, former human, merged with entity from dimension dubbed Sea of Monsters. Political subversive, murderer of entity known as Alex Jones, transforms from human shape to monstrous. Fish-human hybrid is increasingly open to consuming human beings. Significant concern. Suki, violent murderer and subversive, opposed to Spindle's goals. Of great concern.
Yeah, that's good.
Drake, ectoplasmic scavenger, capricious but generally non-lethal, of significant concern. Julie has it all. Incredibly valuable asset, do not harm in any circumstance. Great concern.
Ooh.
Isaac, useful field operative. Dr. Wen's pet lackey, possible subversive intent. Watch closely. Significant concern with possibility of great concern.
Ooh.
Tamlin, shows significant signs of disloyalty. Watch closely. Significant concern. And Zoe, former human, merged with an unknown entity from an unknown plane. Can shift from human shape to strange amalgamation of moth and snake, often seen in company of fellow former human Miranda Esper, subversive intent. Of great concern. Capture if possible for further study.
So beyond those, what other specific information is there? Like movement habits, footage, etc.
I mean, like there's probably a lot of like, your daily routines, your address of where you live, your phone numbers, email addresses that are known to be used by you, internet search history, some disturbingly in detail information about like daily routine stuff, like your favorite foods, you know, stuff like that.
How in depth in terms with Tycho stuff, just given how paranoid she is and how
Like-
often she hides.
Like there's a lot of mentioning of your various security efforts, and that they suspect there's definitely more to your online presence, and that there is a great difficulty in observing you, but there are also veiled references to them not being the only ones observing you anyway.
Ah, shit.
Is there any mention of Zoe's little brother?
There's like a brief rundown of people that would be considered family, but since you're estranged, it's not very detailed. Like they haven't kept much tabs on them because, I mean, have you?
Well, her brother was eaten by, well, she thinks was eaten by Big Mel.
I mean, if you look in the Big Mel Phenomena folder, there is a list of victims.
Yeah, he's gonna check if he's in there.
Yeah, he is.
Oh. She doesn't say anything to the others when she clicks into there and looks for the name, but
Makes the moment when he gave you a birthday present a little more disturbing, huh?
yeah. So,
That's fun for all of you to know.
merged with unknown entity.
They only got like a quarter of my stuff. Huh. At least it wasn't totally,
Zoe looks for Owlman.
at least it wasn't totally useless.
They have a whole folder dedicated to Owlmen and Mothmen, or as they call them, veil skimming phenomena.
Oh, it's a cool name.
Just look up in gold.
They include several notable incursions. There's a file on Injured Cold. There's a file on the Melody Mothman and the Silver Bridge Mothman and other Mothmen and Owlmen around the world, and talking about how there seem to be at least two main varieties, Mothman and Owlmen, and how these entities seem to work in a sort of symbiotic role with the veil between realities. They don't seem to originate from any one plane. They don't come from the Sea of Monsters or from a world like ours, but rather from the space between spaces itself. But they're attracted to veils. They're attracted to these borders made that create separate planes. And they seem to tend to these things by nature. Mothmen do their best to keep veils from becoming too porous or too closed off. Making sure that things inside can breathe, as it were, without falling out. To continue the fabric metaphor, and Owlmen keep Mothman populations in check when Mothmen start draining too much veil energy.
Just do they know Injured Cold is dead?
They don't.
Oh.
Unless Isaac reported that he was, in which case they would. But they think Injured Cold is still a living operative otherwise.
Have his ass mounted on my fireplace.
I think I need to talk to Mothman.
Also, Gray asked something in chat.
there anything with Suki and Brass Lodge Harbor? The history she had potentially tied with the boss, or is that redacted?
So, like, there is a list of all the cults Suki has been involved with and killed. Most of it's very thorough. That incident is vague. The language is certainly distasteful of that cult and almost laud Suki for doing them in. But it's vague on details, as if someone didn't want it to be too specific.
What sort of intel does Spindle have on other institutions like it?
Sadly, that doesn't seem to be a folder in here. Which isn't to say there isn't one, just that, as the Wasp said, he couldn't get everything.
Yeah. Tailman.
Talks about her academic work and how it caught Spindle's eye, the promise and potential they see in Tamlin as a researcher, the possible personality defects of Tamlin, a very long and well-curated list of every single person who would be important in Tamlin's life should they need to ensure Tamlin's silence.
Do they use their proper pronouns?
They do.
Okay.
HR had a very firm talk with them about that subject.
We may be monsters, but at least we're not transphobic.
We may be monsters, but at least we legally cover ourselves when it comes to transphobia.
What do we look like, J.K. Rowling?
Oof.
You're right, and you should say it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that there aren't transphobic people working at Spindle. I would say that HR keeps them from being openly so to avoid lawsuits.
Yeah.
Remember, Miss Genter, your coworker again will throw you into the eel pit.
We can't deal with another lawsuit.
We're doing more important shit. Just keep that petty bigotry shit to yourselves. Or you can get a different job.
Down in the eel pit.
Writing children's books.
The Ichabog, as they say. So yeah. You guys rescued... I rescued Dr. Wen.
And you still need to pull, I think, 2 other people out of there, too?
I mean... We kind of got Dinah covered, because... Isaac got her in the direction of Mallory, who will get her in the direction of Oren, who will get her in the direction of significantly better healthcare coverage.
Isaac will be a much better boss.
I mean, Oren's been paying you guys a living wage for doing work very sporadically.
It's true.
An actual driver who, like, his businesses could use, she's gonna be fucking set.
You think they don't know that I had, like, a veil skimmer be a part of me, or...
They don't know the exact circumstance of your transformation, because if you remember, your transformation happened inside Hal's house with the most fucking ludicrous circumstances imaginable.
There were snakes.
There were
So there
snakes and
isn't-
cats.
So there wasn't anything like Benedict in there?
There isn't.
I have to ask, even if it's
I
stupid.
consider that a blessing.
Even if it's
Yeah.
incredibly stupid, I have to ask. Is there anything about the cats?
They're listed in animal phenomena, but not in great detail, because Spindle decided that the pack of stray cats is weird, but not worth investigating.
Okay.
That's their folly.
That's their folly.
That's their folly.
There's
There
also nothing about the rattlesnakes.
Ooh!
Good.
I was gonna say about Benedict. He will have one, Gallo can't exactly record anything. Can't say that other people can't interview some of the people that Benedict interacted with in Fiddler's Green.
There's nothing about the Gattlesakes, there's nothing about Benedict, and there's nothing about El Coatl.
Oh,
It seems that for all their apparent omnipresence, there are some glaring blind spots in Spindle's, vision of Melody, often regarding stuff that seems kind of silly.
they're too serious.
Almost like they aren't looking for it or paying much attention to the sillier phenomena, and thus it's become a blind spot.
Well, there's a fatal flaw of them right there.
We could use this to our advantage.
Do you suppose if we just dress up in clown costumes the entire time, they'll just slide right off us? Like, their eyes will just not see us.
Speaking of clowns, is there anything mentioning the Melody Sewer clowns?
The various clown vermin of Melody are cataloged, but they're not super well documented. Most Spindle Protocol is just like, look, if you just leave them alone, you'll be fine.
Anything on the tiny hairy man that played us last time?
Nope. Nothing about the sandwich guy.
Oh, I forgot about him, sir. God damn it.
He's too powerful.
I only remembered him because I mentioned clowns, and then it's like, oh yeah, he was in that. He was watching Suki with the clown do the ritual.
Right.
In the abandoned fireworks factory.
Danny DeVito and his giant clown monster girlfriend were watching Suki do a special ritual.
Are there any pictures of us?
Oh yeah.
Ah. Does it mention my camera?
No.
Oh,
it mentions you have an interest in photography, but they don't know your specific gear.
I imagine the ones of Kaiko's has are all looking in a general direction, but not quite there.
It appears.
And likewise, their documentation of your guys' more monstrous forms is spotty. They have blurry photos.
Yeah. They can't take pictures of them.
It's like they don't have access to the technology you have for true vision.
It appears Spindle is not as omniscient as I feared.
Is there any mention of Mafaust?
This makes me feel a little better.
No. Spindle has no idea Mafaust or Mafaust Curios at all exist.
The Needlebirds.
What?
Needlebirds.
Right.
There is definitely mention the Needlebird incursion because they did not try to hide themselves, and they were a dangerous threat.
A cop death, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Those fuckers made a big headache for Spindle, and Spindle actually has a fairly deep thing into the needle phenomena. And while there's speculations of there being an intelligence beyond these needle artifacts or these needle creatures, they talk about it as if it's more of a natural occurring phenomena like a tornado or something, or uranium, where it's destructive and has great potential, but it isn't something with a consciousness of its own. It's something to learn how to survive and potentially utilize.
Okay.
While the Needlebirds force them to write about the phenomena in a somewhat biological sense, they still view this as less of a living thing with an intelligence and more of at most a machine.
Okay. Hal's dad.
They know about Hal's dad what Skylar told me, which is that he's a fairly nice guy, one night stand.
Okay.
Left town.
Cookie time.
Nothing.
Okay.
Suspiciously doesn't mention he is a moose.
Yep. So
Any
Yeah.
mention to Kaiko's family before we leave off?
And he mentions Kaiko's family. Yeah, fairly in depth. And mentions of cross-referencing it with Gray abduction cases.
Ah.
Oh yeah, the Greys.
Fairly
I
extensive
mean, they were
file on
vivisecting
them.
the guy.
Spindle. So there is a vivisection report of our Gray cadet. That Spindle has taken notice of the Greys, and seen them around. Has been working around them and trying not to get their attention. But when a scout ship was hovering around their offices with curiosity, they felt it was working with the security risk, and in a very, very kind of miraculous operation, considering how much shit they had to do in so little time to try and keep the other Greys from knowing, they shot down this scout ship. Killed most of the occupants save one, and then proceeded to give it the fucking most intense series of vivisections and experiments that they've ever performed on a living thing. They severed its voice box. They scrambled its brain to remove all of its psychic upgrades. They studied its internal biomechanical structures, and have been in the process of testing them out and seeing how they can be transferred to human anatomy. They found weaknesses so they could develop biochemical weapons to use against the Greys. Constantly probed its brain. We're sad to discover that the one they had abducted was essentially the equivalent of an ensign fresh out of Starfleet.
They
fresh
got
out
a
of Starfleet
fucking
Academy.
red shirt.
They got a cadet that just got promoted to field agent.
Jeez.
The Grey that they captured is, to their disappointment, not experienced scientists with great secrets to divulge, but a newbie who's never done any of their shit before and was about to do it for the first time.
Baby's
They got
first
fucking
prostate.
Wesley.
They got
Oh,
Wesley.
God.
Oh no!
They got fucking Nog on their ship.
Yeah, Zoe actually says that.
Hmm.
Oh my god, they got Wesley.
I'm gonna call the alien Nog though.
I
Yeah.
have to go get Lily right now.
That's okay. I gotta leave pretty soon anyway. So yeah, but they did intense research on our little buddy, and they've been doing research on the Greys. They know the Greys are a very, very powerful threat with a great deal of knowledge under their belt. But they also know that the Greys are hampered by their capriciousness, their self-centered nature, and their lack of imagination to understand that other organisms can be thinking and devious too.
Do you want to end here, Ethan?
And I feel like that's a good place to end. And you guys can spend a while going over everything, seeing what you do with all this newfound information. Maybe try to start unencrypting those encrypted files and all that. And maybe in a week's time, something else interesting will happen.
Mhm.